back. I'm not sure what to feel. Oftentimes, I'm a huge Teddy fan, but I just don't think that he's necessarily had those same level of performances that we've seen in the past, right? Like back on the Glory Jin Air days, or, you know, on that 2019 SKT roster that looked so incredibly good, at least, you know, domestically that year. It's just has kind of been shades of his former self, is good old Teddy, and we'll see whether he can buck that trend, turn that one around, have a bit of a renaissance here. But so far, we've got the Nico and the Gwen taken away. Pantheon is going to be the answering ban, as the Azir is also going to hit the deck. Probably less likely that we see Taliyah focus, I guess, as oftentimes it is a bit of like, we're fishing for an Azir first pick type ban. But Vi is still up, Varus is still up. These are the important ones.
Looking at the Varus, looking at the Rumble as well.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Has been a mainstay for such a long time. Look at Morgan Yorick.
Oh,
you know, one of our resident actual Yorick players.
The first one to win on it so far this season with the new iteration of the Yorick.
Xin Zhao still open as well. I think that we saw in the last game what kind of power pick that can still be.
Might just be the vibe, but I mean, we have seen that, like, a lot of teams pretty happy to pick whatever into it, take the Wukong away, things like that. We have seen find a lot of success, so maybe that priority is going to fall down. Taking a lot of time to think about it, as the Taliyah ban will still come through. Not wanting to give that one over to Closer. I think a little bit understandable when it is Closer that you're facing off against. His Taliyah has been fantastic so far in 2025. But he does have a lot of other picks that he can certainly go towards. We'll see what the first pick is actually going to be here.
Aurora still up as well.
That's
I don't think that's going to be B1, but is definitely a power pick, and it does really fit with Closer's playstyle as well.
There are things like Lucian that we've seen a lot of teams prioritizing pretty highly, but instead it will be the Annie, like we saw in our first game of our previous series. And that one will be locked in, with Vi left up and available as well. So we could, interestingly, have a very similar draft to what we saw from T1 coming out of the Bros. But let's see what DRX are going to answer this with. Rumble is up. That's rich. I mean, need I say more? Could just be Rumble.
I don't think you do. I think the Rumble would make a ton of sense here.
Well,
Wukong Rumble.
Yeah, it's a decent combo.
We also see this Wukong priority, definitely one of the best junglers of the patch. Also has a good matchup into the Vi, which again, we talked about this exact thing not 2 hours ago.
This draft has happened before.
It really has. It's going to be the Aurora takeaway instead though, which...
Oh, a bit of Rumble denial as well. Means that Morgan won't be able to lock that one away safely.
I'm not gonna lie, I think if you're Morgan into Rich, I think Aurora top has a pretty high barrier of execution. I know that matchup is rough, but we'll see. Rich has found ways to surprise me before.
Yeah, but it doesn't really feel like a Rich champion. I think you might be alluding to his champion pool situation.
Yeah,
Xin Zhao going to be the option instead of something like a Vi. I do like this a lot more. The setup that you have gets the Xin in there, you stack that knock up while the stun is coming on through from the Annie. I like it a lot. And the Alistair is actually going to be the choice here for Polo, who had a bit of a stinker in game 1 against DK, and then came back and smashed them. Looked absolutely fantastic in the next 2 games of that series. We'll see whether he can find that form earlier on. This is a pivotal pick and a very big one that OK Bro can certainly take advantage of, as a Poppy is being considered. This is a favorite for Sponge in the past, but he's already playing a Wukong, so this would be for Andil there towards the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, unless they were going to get away with it and flex at the top. We have seen that Poppy top in some matchups. Keen has pulled that one out a few times.
True.
Don't think that's likely, though. Probably just going to be Andil on this. So no AD carry have been picked yet. Something we're going to look towards as well as top. Now, DRX can obviously keep that top lane matchup for R5, which I would love. Just pick an AD carry here on 4. You can go a lot of different directions. Jin, to me, always makes sense because you want to not be anywhere near the Annie or the Xin Zhao, and you have a lot of damage in the rest of your combo already. So I think it is something you can definitely get away with.
Sivir going to be taken away here from Hype. Sivir we saw rising to some popularity over the last couple of weeks on the previous patch. And the Orianna going to be taken away from Yehu, as that would be a pretty scary topside, although a lot of magic damage. Yehu with a lot of options as far as what he wants to play. Teddy was, of course, a bit of a Ziggs guy.
It's also interesting because, like, this Orianna ban is, they're kind of still hedging their bets, right? as to where this Aurora is actually going to go.
Yep.
Because we don't know for a fact it's going to go one way or another. I definitely do think it's one of the matchups you can play into Annie because you have ways to actually trade with her, even if you do get into her range, and you have a ton of safety. Already outside of Flash Bears, I think you do have a lot of ways to make plays there. Is the Senna taken away as well?
Do you want to know something fun?
Hit me.
The first letter of all of the names that DRX have banned spells Pats. Which is kind of cute.
Oh, okay.
With a double S. But
Well, the double S.
yeah.
So Pats.
It's still Pats.
But is Pats even a name?
No, Pats as in
Oh, to pet.
with a doggo.
Ah.
Pat a doggo.
That's with an E though, not an A, right?
What? No, pet. That'd be, you can pet a dog, but you can also pat a dog.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Well, when I was growing up, we didn't say, can I pet the dog? We'd always only say, can I pat the dog? So I didn't really understand what pet meant as a verb, because a pet is your pet.
Yeah, no, I'm also quickly losing the plot. But I am happy you pointed it out, because I wouldn't have known it otherwise.
There we go. Now everyone knows, and now we're completely off track. The misfortune.
No, because we knew. This is what we were saying. They're picking AD carry on 4.
Yeah.
And then they're going to counterpick for Rich, which is going to be Aatrox, because it's Rich.
Well,
that's my guess.
There's a Scion for Morgan.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to need some big damage here from Hype. Let's see what it is going to be. Polu's taking his time figuring out what are we going to be playing into this misfortune.
I like
it's a Corki.
Corki has a lot of safety as well into what the amount of dive that is available. Now there is still the potential for this to not be a Rich pick and just put the Aurora at the top, but Mbessa kind of conceding the early lane but having even more dive, and with this comp I think that makes sense.
Yep.
Extra tool to lock people down as well for the MF ult.
And she has been a pretty good pick into Scion that we've seen develop over the last little while. So an understandable choice there. But of course, Morgan, very happy to just be a bit of a potato, weather the storm, and then take control in teamfights. Scion and Alistar together are going to be able to create so much space here on the map for the bros. And then Annie, Tibbers, and Corki can get to work.
I just can't get over the image of Morgan the potato. It's just good
stuff.
stuff.
It's the potato train, you know? You just fly into a team fight, hop off the rails, and run amok.
I think both drafts have things to look forward to. I think the DRX draft, my main qualm with it is that the burden of execution is a lot higher. I don't think it's quite that easy to play. I think you need to be very in sync with all your team, because you need to make sure you hit the CC. This is actually the newest evolution in fan signs that I haven't seen this before.
Yeah,
the Levi opening up that's great. And I assume it's because he's a sponge, so he cleans as Levi does in that play. That's good stuff.
And that's Attack on Titans, isn't it?
It is.
Sorry. I know an Amine.
Okay, I know you're just saying this to infuriate me, and it's working. Good job.
You're welcome. All right, it's time to get to some actual fan chants. Let's go. I'm really glad that chat appreciates Amine. That one I'm never going to stop using for the rest of my life. Feels good.
You know, that's a rapper as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that Eminem?
No.
Oh.
He's good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a new one. Speaking of rappers, you know that guy that uses samples from all of the Ocarina of Time?
No, but that sounds very cool.
And then remixes them with like famous like rap songs?
No, but that sounds very cool.
It's called Ocarina of Rhyme. It's on YouTube.
Sounds
really good.
The
one with the Goron City theme is just the best.
I will look it up when I get home if I don't forget. Which I will, so please send it to me.
No, I'll definitely send it.
I would appreciate that.
Do you remember the song in Goron Village?
Yeah.
Do you want to sing it a little bit just in case people don't remember?
No, I do not want to do that for many reasons.
Do you want me to try?
I'm very happy to listen to it.
It's a very uncomfortable.
Take it away, Atlas. Well, it's Bro and Brew. We got 15 minutes,
this
brother.
This is something you can do in a Bro and Brew.
We we're not in any rush. Everyone knows. Everyone's that's here right now knows this as well.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. It's the one that goes like that one, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't do it justice.
My favorite
It's been
is.
a while since
I'm not gonna lie. When
Goron
it comes to Ocarina of Time, mine is you know the one.
That one?
Yeah. But I don't want to do too much. I'm you know, I don't want to. I guess it's fine. We can hum.
I think we got plenty of humming in our future if this series is going to go the way we expect it to. As you mentioned prior, you can see some full clearing going on between our two junglers. Closer and Yehu are just hanging out. It's probably the best we've seen an Annie do in the early levels against a Aurora. As I say it.
I was wondering about this. So, because if I remember correctly, but I wanted your check on this as well. The inventors of the term Bro and Brew were Brendan, Veldes, and Wolf, right?
Yeah. They were the Bro and Brew.
The Bro and Brew, and the originators, yeah. Because I don't know, I got in a conversation with someone about this recently. I'm like, I'm 99% sure it was the two of them.
It was.
And I'm glad to have that. It's important that we keep track of the lore of the LCK.
Yeah, you got to work out where the origins are.
Yeah, well, we can't just let that go.
I'm sorry, Closer, for mentioning anything about this lane being fun, because it has discontinued to be fun. Did manage to find at least a little bit back there. That was actually a pretty good
keep talking.
But I'm not, no, it's still awful for Closer, having a terrible time. Don't worry, bro fans, I got your back. Yeah,
bro fans
hopping
don't
onto
care,
the crab.
Let's be real here.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean,
what's the tech situation, by the way?
The Brotax? I mean, I got mine in, and we do have oh, here we go. Got another highlighted one talking about scrambling some eggs and stuff, and there's barrel. Watch too much barrel. Yeah, that's honestly.
That's what cooked us.
That may have broken our brain. That's why I'm singing Goron City theme. But honestly, Ocarina of Rhyme, look it up. It's amazing. It's incredible. And that one, I think it's Aesop.
Oh, I didn't tell you my favorite. Actually, you would love this.
Yeah.
So at MSI, I had a fan come up to me, and he was like, "Hey, so you know, I'm sure you get me and Dracos were casting. I was like, I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but can you sign something?" I'm like, yeah, no problem. I was like, it might be a little weird. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And he pulls out a Carly Rae Jepsen album.
Oh my!
He pulls out a Motion Atlas. And then obviously I took a picture with him because I'm like, my guy, I need a picture with you. That's amazing.
That is absolutely
so I signed it. And he also had a really cool fight stick that Dracos and me signed as well. It was just like, it was...
That is rad.
No, it was awesome.
That's like bringing the right things to the party. As Andal gets knocked up momentarily, and it's an even trade. Oh. This do be
10 minutes, Atlas.
This do be a Bro and Brew, don't it? Very, very nice. Morgan is going to go home for a moment. Yes.
Your beverage of choice. Are you still part? Because I remember the tea you make me. I still think of fondly. I want to say it was Australian breakfast.
It was Melbourne breakfast.
Melbourne. Oh, my, even better.
It's very nice.
It was good.
That's a T2. If any Australians, they would know.
Is it only an Australian exclusive?
I think it's an Australian brand, but I think you can get it kind of everywhere these days. Probably can. I got a few bags left.
Oh, I gotta look into that. That sounds wonderful.
Don't you worry about that one. They also sell a lot of like really nice like mugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm good in the mugs, but I definitely do want more of that tea.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's good stuff.
It would be great now. Imagine us.
I know we could actually Bro and Brew with brewing some tea.
Oh.
As Croco almost did the thing.
almost action there.
Yeah.
Pre 10 minutes in my Bro versus DRX.
Not happening. 2 teleports did get used. Wait, 3 of them. I tell a lie. As Morgan did use his to get back down towards the bottom side.
Interesting.
As the lane swap has begun. Started here by the Bros. Level 6. The train will be unleashed. Not yet.
Choo-choo.
Obviously. Because we need time. Do you know what I did?
Tell me.
I watched Pacific Rim.
Had you never watched it before? Or?
No, I've watched it many times, but it's such a good film.
Oh, it holds up so well.
Oh, exceptional.
Oh, you know what I watched?
What did you watch?
Transformers 1.
Oh my, same energy.
Wait, I know.
Entirely.
I know. Dude, that movie actually kind of blew me. It was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, dude, Transformers 1 is, that's the good, they should stop there.
Action?
Yeah, we've got an exhaust down, Cyclone to answer it though, and there's a decoy. It's not exactly the target you want to engage onto. Croco does have the Crescent Guard though, as Yahoo's just going to get inside the circle and see whether he can get something done. And the answer is he absolutely can before he dies. Closer now looking for some angles here as Tibbers is going ballistic. He picks up a double kill, and this is why you do not underestimate the big burning bear.
Burn, bear, burn! As Sponge and Yahoo go down. Nicely done there by the bros in the extended fight. As it is an early skirmish. I thought with the power of Cyclone, maybe they could have gotten something going, but it is the extended chase there onto Croco that I think ends up costing them their lives. As you highlight, the damage charts for Close is going to be feeling really good in that one. I don't think they have kill threat here, but maybe they get a summoner or two.
Yeah, they're going to get the barrier out from Teddy. It does make it underneath the turret. There is a nice little bullet time to soften up hype momentarily as the teleport will bring Andel back into the lane.
Still took a big chunk though. That's BF sword as well for Teddy. Obviously building towards that BT. No, and I need to clarify. I'm not talking about the first Transformer movie.
Oh.
I'm talking about Transformer 1, which is a separate animation film that is really good.
Oh.
Yeah, with...
I thought you were talking about Shia LaBeouf.
No. I'm talking about, like, I want to say Chris Hemsworth. Wonderful film. Would highly recommend.
Oh, there you go.
So, again here, one of the big things with Xin Zhao is that if you actually want to kill him, you do have to commit. But it means that both Sponge and Yahoo flash over a wall while Annie is just going completely unchecked. So Closer just gets multiple rotations off. Tibbers is burning. So I think they just I think you just take the hit, let Croco flash, and then don't try to overchase. As we have another fight on our hands.
Yeah, another bear is ready to come out as well. We're making it rain in the river. Which is a little bit unnecessary. It's already pretty wet. All right, Flash comes in from Closer, throws down the bear, gets a brilliant Incinerate to make sure that Yahoo is dead before he can really do anything. Teddy now in trouble as the rockets are raining. And Hype is looking to chase them down. The decoy not going to be doing any of much as Teddy is going to spend his first little stint in the Death Chamber here after his trip back to the LCK after 90 days. And now some more grubs likely to go over to the bros if they do want to take them because they've already gotten two. That is guaranteed objective from that one.
And if you were expecting Bro and Brew like us, might be getting a little caught off guard as Closer, he was the only one from the previous scrimmage that held onto his flash. Just goes for the flash play, finds two, Andel and Yahoo, and without that damage of the Aurora, this fight is just over before it begins. Nice chase there. Croco even, I think, got a wind-up auto on the clone.
Oh, yeah, beautifully done. This guy right here, I also really love Flash Incinerate instead of Flash Tibbers because he only had those two targets that he could go for, and then make sure, like guarantee that you get the CC down and then throw a bear on top. You know, you've already made sure that you've got the CC and then you commit the big cooldown.
That's a 9-minute malignance there for Closer.
My goodness, we are going to be seeing even more bears. Having a pretty good time here. Here's Closer in the mid lane as Palu just lying in wait, allowing Closer to play as aggressively as he would like.
There's a few other movies I watched on the plane, but it's so hard to keep track.
I watched
feel
The
like
Accountant again. Me and Valdez watched it.
Oh, the Account is like a really good plane movie.
It's a great plane.
Never watched that normally.
No.
But it's really good for planes. Yeah.
I didn't know that there's an Accountant 2. And
I'm sure.
I learned that. I don't know whether I'm going to take that risk. Now that I'm not in a plane.
No. You do that on a whenever your next plane is.
I feel like you know, like the Denzel Washington movie, like The Equalizer. I feel like that would be an incredible like series of films to watch on a plane as well.
It would.
Just watching him revenging all over the place. Kind of like Taken. I reckon Taken fits into that sort of thing as well. And any Jason Statham movie.
I am excited for the new Naked Gun movie. Actually, I hope that they...
I think Liam Neeson might be able to do it.
Because it's like, hard. Because you're following up after one of the greatest...
I mean, Leslie Nelson is probably one of the funniest human beings to ever exist.
I'm with you.
I don't even think... Like, I'm not even a huge Naked Gun fan. It's Wrongfully Accused. If you haven't seen Wrongfully Accused, just go and watch it. It is the dumbest film to ever exist, and I almost hurt myself laughing so much when I watched it for the first time.
That's impressive.
It's extraordinary. I think it also holds up because it's like, it's very old, but it's still just so absurd that it's fun. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. If you haven't seen that one, so your homework is watch Wrongfully Accused with Leslie Nelson.
Transformer 1.
Transformer 1.
Pacific Rim, but you've already seen Pacific Rim. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's already seen Pacific Rim.
And if not, just watch one. Don't watch 2 by mistake.
Yeah.
Very important.
Oh, yeah. No, that doesn't exist.
That's
that
not
also
real.
didn't exist on the plane.
Nice.
I admit, look for it, because I was like, wow, that was a great film. I could just go and watch the second one now.
No.
Thankfully, didn't actually do that. But the other thing you got to do is Ocarina of Rhyme. Make sure that you're listening to some of that.
We are really.
We got a lot of homework. There's a lot of homework to be done. Don't do it now because we have some video games that we are, in the middle of that you may not have realized. Kind of like us. Yeah, Morgan catching waves. And you can see, having a look as far as the benefactors of all of this has been hype and closer. It's where all the money has gone. Feels pretty good.
And it makes these fights hard to play out as well, because you need to ensure that this Annie is taken out basically immediately. Otherwise, you are going to be in a very, very tough position. The amount of damage that close is going to be able to do is a big deal. The lead isn't that crazy, though.
I just remembered another film. Do you like Dracula movies?
Sure.
We actually went and watched Nosferatu together, didn't we?
We did.
Another one that might be a little bit more serious. This is serious as well. Yeah, who's taking a bit of damage?
More serious than Nosferatu?
Yeah, a little bit more serious is Dracula Dead and Loving It. Another Leslie Nelson film.
It's not
that you should definitely watch.
Like it's more serious, Atlas.
Very good. Very, probably the best and most historically accurate Dracula
really
film.
are just kind of running away with the game right in front of our eyes.
They really are. Hype doing a great job here towards the bottom side, really putting that Trinity Force through its paces. 35 health on Tibbers, still pushing. Look at that. Denial of 50 gold. Never mind, he's just going to give the 50 gold over to Yahoo. That's crazy, man. Okay, well, he did that. That's just to try and deter him from stopping the back.
Oh, you know what else I watched?
What did you watch?
Mamma Mia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'd advocate for that one necessarily. Although,
on a plane?
Do you know what?
The vibes were great.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I actually heard that the vibes on set were also great. Because like, I think it was like an interview with Pierce Brosnan that I watched at some point where like...
My favorite
him and the other
singer.
Yeah, him and the other guys are just like, oh, we were just having a good time. We just got to be bimbos. That he literally said that. It was just...
I'm not surprised.
It's just brilliant. And so I think I could watch that movie and be even happier watching it this time with that context.
Knowing that everyone is actually just vibing. They're not just good actors.
Brilliant. All right, Teddy taking a little bit of damage here in the mid lane as Polo being a bodyguard to Hype. Just doing so much work. Man, maybe that's a rewatch. That could be a rewatch coming up.
It's just fun, right? You just know you're going to have a good time.
And all right, Polo getting some deep vision down. Don't really have too much to fight for outside of this Herald that's coming up in 10 seconds time. And Sponge, oh dear, that's 2 for the price of 1 on that Pulverize, but the Cyclone is going to return the favor, but never mind. There are just too many bros and just not enough DRX in this area, although Sponge is lasting a long time, and Andil, he will just send them back home. But that is a big cooldown that they will not have to stop this Herald from going down, so Shelly will belong to the bros. There's nothing that DRX can do about it.
I kind of want to see a replay. How did Sponge get so desynced from the rest of his team? I feel like the Chase lost it forever. It feels like the rest of his team, just either he was too far forward or the rest of his team should have been there to back him up earlier. Because you know that Herald is going to be the main objective on the minds of the bros.
All right, Croco just will be taking that one down. That was enough. Keeper's Verdict, a very big tool actually for DRX in this composition. And as soon as that and Cyclone are down, what else are you going to do? You know, it's just not a whole lot of options that you will have. And Bro's composition from ahead just seems impossible to play into as well.
It's really, I think either of these comps, if you get a lead, because they're so short range, we talk about this a lot. I think at least for Bro, you have some comeback mechanics in the raw power of your front line as you get later into the game. For DRX, I don't really think that's the case.
Yeah.
Outside of like a great ult from Andil, you can always create a numbers advantage, so that's something, but there's a bit of a tough situation and they're probably going to have to fight. They don't want to give over too many dragons.
thing that I'm loving is that they're keeping up the pressure, as maybe this is a bridge too far. Steadfast Presence, he's going to be able to pull Croco away. He does have to flash, but now Morgan makes his way in. And he is a bit of a monster. Rich is dashing around, but not able to find too much of an angle. And this was all without closer. Now he turns up, Bear at the ready. And the bros are ready to team fight. There is no Cyclone, and that Keeper's Verdict is still a little while away, these early levels. So they do have to be a little bit careful. And there's the flash in. They look for the angle onto Rich. He does flash himself away, as Yahoo going to be able to buy some space between worlds. DRX, though, still not quite able to get themselves in there. Steadfast Presence is good. Bullet time even better to soften up the cow. And once again, Tibbers is going to donate 50 gold, this time over to Rich. In goes Unil. Can he find it? Yes, he just gets headbutted out, though, as Polu will get slammed into the wall. And Bro just kind of playing with their food for so long that the food bit back.
I don't want your food to bite you. But somehow, Bro on the receiving end of that, as it felt like they had a lot of windows there to actually commit, but kind of kept going for these half engages. And DRX shrug off a lot of that damage as we take okay, I thought we were going to get into...
We take a look at the river.
Take a look. As the timing is a little better, they just kill Rich, and that should be the end of it. But it's this overextension into Teddy when he, or into Ondil rather, when Teddy is completely safe. That kind of ends up cooking them, because it means Polu and Hype are both taken relatively low. Then Polu has to use his ult, that times out.
And they get the Cyclone and the Keeper's Verdict back off cooldown, and they have them exactly when they need them.
And it's a big win for DRX. Gets them the Dragon, get them a kill as well, and ensure that this game stays. We know this is a free gamer though, right? So every game this year between these two teams, I think, has been free. As Rich doesn't
chasing Morgan.
Well, once he has Cleaver, I think he actually does kind of cook him. He still does a good amount of damage, but actually killing him, I think, is still something else entirely.
Yeah, Rich giving the good old thumbs up there, as he was at least got to do some exercise as he wandered down the lane. Morgan just going to be able to catch this. Shouldn't be too much of a worry. But if that is how the bros are going to be able to, piloting these team fights, could be a little bit of a worry, because that was some indecisiveness. Croco also deciding to go into the one guy that, you know, has a very good answer for Audacious Charge, is not exactly optimal. So they're going to have to turn that one around if they want to make something happen here. As Hype does hit that 2-item spike. Man, that is a very accelerated Corki. 1,000 gold in the lead against Teddy for now. And it looks even worse because it's one item and, you know, two little swords against the Manamune and the Trinity Force already completed here for Hype. Does have both of his summoners now, so this Corki going to be a big part of any fights that are coming up. And I think the teams have shut us up, Chronicler. I don't think it's time to be talking about Leslie Nelson movies right now.
Well, I mean, right now we definitely can't, because there's not going to be a fight for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, there's stake to be set. Stakes setting.
That's just another reference to the vampire movie, my man. I'm just saying.
Damn, you got me.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about.
That one by me.
I honestly haven't thought about Dead and Loving It for such a long time. I really need to watch that again.
I love how you frame it as well as a more serious vampire movie than Nosferatu, which was as realistic as a vampire movie really could be.
It's very true. Well, we are just starting Otacon.
Okay, bro.
This has never not worked.
We are bro-active here today.
Uh-huh. Closer going to get a little bit of cannon gold and then move on back. We are backing away from the Otacon.
That is a good call. I don't think we should be doing Otacon into the MF, Wukong, and Aurora. I feel like that's not a good call. And they don't. So I'm loving that.
Yeah. All right, well, Yahoo's just going to be able to clear out some vision. So some resets will ensue. Not too much to worry about. So keeping it within touching distance are DRX. It's under a 2,000 gold lead, at least for the moment. And here at 21 minutes, that is not too much of a big deal. They also have that extra dragon. It's a Chemtech. Of course, Orcs not working today, so not paying too much attention. We did get a Chemtech Soul in our last game as well.
When we was paying attention, we got like 15 mountains. So I'm glad that at least a little bit.
The Mega Mountain Day was odd.
There was it carried over. I think
was there extra mountains?
No, I got like
as well.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 more. It was crazy.
Damn, that's weird.
I know it was.
We've never really been inundated with mountains. It's only ever been Chemtechs and clouds. That's all right. Ando, he's really got a good W finger. He just knows when to press that button. But Bro also really like using all of their dashing abilities into the Poppy.
Which, you know, ideally you wouldn't do.
But he is the one that has to face check, right? He is the target that's being presented the majority of the time. So very, very good that he can just press W when he needs to.
Tier for Hype still not fully stacked.
Only has a few left to go.
And
yeah,
I imagine he's running around asking my kingdom for a tear.
Yeah, please. Let me hit some stuff. He's got a Last Whisper now as well. My goodness, this Corki pretty accelerated. Same thing can be said for Teddy, but he doesn't have the extra item that has been put up here for Hype.
I can't believe you just... I'm really trying to get you off the rails again. My kingdom,
oh no, I'm locked back.
My kingdom for a tear. Come on, Atlas. It's so obvious.
What do you mean? Oh, Tears of the Kingdom. Aha! I'm there with you now.
Well, no, it's too late. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
You said Kingdom. I was thinking of Kingdom of Heaven. You remember that?
I do remember that movie. That's where the meme comes from, right? Like the guy going like what Duro did.
Maybe.
The shut up. I'm pretty sure it is. Edward Norton in the surprise role that no one knew it was him.
Perhaps. I don't quite remember.
Maybe.
I do remember Duro doing that, but I thought that was more just a Duro thing.
Oh no, I think it was just a Duro thing, but I know it's also a meme. As Drake gets taken, and we go 2-2.
Yeah. So it's evening out the dragons. We're making sure that we get as many Chemtechs as we possibly can have. So there are, you know, there's the possibility of another 3 that we can lock in for everyone. Andel's going to turn up towards his top side, decides not to give his position away as Arakan. Still a target. Still something that they're all going to have to consider. 1,000 gold as the lead for Bro means basically nothing at this stage. And, oh my goodness, like how many? 5 more stacks, something like that? There it is. Hype manages to lock it down. Finds a few cheeky autos. That's going to be able to get that evolution. A lot of extra damage now available here for the Corki. As Morgan is just getting hit by Rich. Man, it just takes a lot of effort, doesn't it, to get through this Scion.
Yeah, he's definitely will be able to now in the long run, because he has Eclipse as well as Cleaver. As Bro, I think they're just going to keep doing these fake outs. I keep seeing if the DRX response is good.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get... I think you back off if Rich TPs, because obviously Morgan can join with his ult, but now they've stalled for so long. I think they can just take this.
Well, the teleport is going to come in, but it feels a little bit late here. Croco in perfect position. The rotate over from Sponge, but they're holding on to him. They do want to be able to burst this one down, and Croco is almost dead. The public execution comes down, but it misses, and the Cyclone comes in. The knockups are good, but that one's even better as the bullet time does help secure the kill onto the jungler, and there is the steal. DRX! They managed to deny the Bros, and the Bros just wanting to get themselves out of here. Polu decides instead, though, that he wants to go back in. And perhaps to get themselves out of there was a better choice, as down goes the Annie as well. Morgan and Hype just wondering what the heck just happened because it all went wrong.
Bit of a split call there for Bro. I think you can fully commit to the team fight, make it work, or you can fully commit to taking out a con. You can make that work. Instead, they kind of do both, and as a result, neither. Because I want you to look, Croco is off. Croco, my man, you don't have resistances. You can't do that. Has to, maybe wouldn't have gotten hit, but I think the flash makes sense because if Rich hits you, you do end up dying. And then Rich is in the back line. He can obviously deal with these people. But this all comes down to them being completely shredded unnecessarily, Atlas.
Yeah, and Polo like going back in because he knew that he was dead, but you could see like a little bit of movement there from Closer to get back in as well. I think he was probably also guaranteed dead, but DRX, they just find their way in. Bro, open the door, and DRX say, why thank you.
Teddy, I think his ults have been on point.
Yeah, really good.
Actually been having a good impact here.
It's been a good champion for him in his career as well, the Misfortune. He's always been one of these guys that we do tend to trust on it. So good to see that he still has the angles. And now we've got a very honest game of League of Legends on our hands, but from the other direction, right? We were talking about, oh, Bro have the slight lead. Now it's DRX that have the slight lead, but they also have Arakan buff on top of it. As Sponge is taking some damage from Croco. Croco is just looking for his way through, and Glasscone will get Sponge out to safety. It's not about what you fight for, it's about fighting.
I've never heard that said about Bro, ever before, Atlas. I was a little worried with the start, but we are currently sitting at 9 kills at 26.5 minutes, so...
It's not exactly the most bloodthirsty. It feels more action-packed than it otherwise could be, though. You know?
Like DRX, obviously, they've already gotten themselves back into a gold, but even if they were down like 1-2k gold, at this point, I don't think it matters. I think it's just going to be the fights. Because what's going to happen in either of these fights is a team is going to fully blow all their cooldowns on a member.
Yeah.
Either they die, or you overextend and lose. As that TP is a dead giveaway that this is happening.
Well, there are a lot of pings in the area here for DRX. Apollo's going to walk over this ward and find things out. As the Baron's down to 50%. It's not exactly a massive amount, but Andal, remember, does have to keep his verdict.
They got the ult.
We can get rid of them. Morgan going to be able to blast his way out. Mega cones abound for the disengage.
So Apollo really wants to back. Will got spotted here. DRX, they can slow play this. They already got a lot of health and an ult out of Apollo.
Wow, Teddy really just taking matters into his own hands, but I don't know about that one.
No, that I do. It wasn't great.
Oh, okay.
I think it's fine if you're not looking to fight, but Drake is up in 30 seconds. That ult from Teddy, I think, is a big mistake. I actually think that might have been mentoring in the fight that's about to come up. Also, Hype has hit 3 items, so I think he really wants to fight. Closer also has a stopwatch, or rather arm guard, but can freeze time. They're starting it up again as, oh, DRX, this one might work. Bro.
Like Bro, are we even gonna like walk over that? We don't have any way to check this.
No, it's definitely gone.
It's just gone, yeah. Down to 5,000. The Dragon has spawned. Polo, I think, has an idea of what's going on here, but he just can't face check. And so the Baron's just gonna get secured here by DRX under the nose of the bros. And yeah, they might be able to get a Dragon, but it's a consolation Chemtech. And that doesn't ever feel good. And so DRX have really just taken this game back.
If it was Soul, I think it would have been fine, but it's not even Soul. It's Soul Point, Atlas.
Yeah.
You know what, bro? I don't care. It's fine. Just give Nash.
This is so weird, though, isn't it? Because, like,
they did
at
just
this
beat
point,
DK. That did happen.
Yeah,
we watched that happen.
And also, this team is like mostly old sandbox, right? It's not even really bro anymore, but it's still the same bro. It's still, we can do things in the early game to create a lead, and then we stop doing stuff,
you know,
and then the enemy just takes all the stuff.
Yeah, Atlas, the funniest part is, it's, as you're saying, it's the same with every org. KT, it doesn't matter how many players you change, it's just KT.
Yep.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but DK, it's just DK. It's just DK.
Although they did bring Beryl back.
There's examples of this in every region. You know, there's Fnatic in the LCK. There is TES in the LPL.
It's true. Sometimes it's just the vibes.
There used to be a lot in the LTA/LCS, but I mean, TSM hasn't been around for a while.
I know, it's a shame. I do think the team changed quite a lot when it went from Rain Man to Dyrus. I would say. Because
who is your favorite, like, OG? For me, it's Alt One. You know, I love the general.
Oh, Alt One's fantastic. Yeah, I think it's like he's almost the objective right choice. I always like Chaox as well. That's right. Yeah, who does manage to take down this turret? We are extending this Rebel Baron power play really, really far.
We really are hitting a variety of topics as well. So I think this bot lane turret might have to give it up, bro. We'll see if they really want to play for a heavy contest. With this super, or empowered rather, double cannon, I don't know if they can really do that much.
Well, they do have 5 members in the area. The Ambassador's rotating around as well. The bear goes down. They're going to look for Andal, who goes down very low. It's a late, steadfast presence. But now, between worlds, a massive knockup, though, as Morgan finds the angle, but the Cyclone is just too good. And yes, Morgan might be surviving, but unfortunately, he's lost his Annie, and his Corky's a little too low, so he's just going to get cut down where he stands. Oh no, bros. That was the back-breaking fight, and DRX utilize their Baron sneak. It turns into a 6,000 Rebel Baron power play, and the game might just be over right here.
Might just look for the end. It's been a Sponge and Rich duology in these fights. The two of them just finding the backline again and again, and even though Teddy gets his ult interrupted, I don't think it really matters as Rich dancing around Deathless on this Mbessa.
Yeah, having a great time. And we know, like, Rich actually had some pretty good performances as Pulverize going to hit a couple in the back line there as Yahoo does die. And in fact, a couple of people die to Hype, who does a fair bit of damage, but it does not matter. This Nexus is still going to go down if Teddy has anything to say about it. And he does. He says, bring it, bros. We'll take you in game one, and we'll see whether the bros can do it again. Last time around, they did manage to bounce back. But this was a rough one because they had it, and then they just kind of let it slip.
It is the classic example of, I don't think the game was won early on, but they were in a commanding lead, and then they threw it out of con, and then they never really got control back.
Yeah.
As a Sponge fan, I am joyous, I am happy. Think he had a great game on the Wukong. Teddy, actually a clean MF performance as well. Not the easiest game to play MF.
They also kept their heads in it, right? Like, this was a team that were slowly but surely losing their grip on the game, and they said, no, we got to do something. We got to make our way back in. Intelligent play around vision control, and just caught Bro napping, caught them thinking that perhaps it was time for a reset. It was not. It was time to do Baron yet again. And they committed to the play, made it work. You can have a look at it in the goal graph there. And as soon as they had that lead, it was all over. There's that man on your screen, the Sponge. And I think that Wukong is really, really strong. That he played a fantastic Wukong game. And to be able to take it away from the bros after that level of control was very impressive. Time for us to go to a short break. When we get back, the Space going to break that one down. We'll have game number 2. See you soon.
오공은 최대한 늦게 돌아올게요. 야 민영 끌고 오지 마 미드라인. 오공은 타워만. 아리까 먼저. 아리까 먼저. 알리 안 끌면 알겠다. 야 민영 끌고 올 수밖에 없다 근데 이거. 나 태포 아니야? 나 태포 천천히 다음 라인 또 대포로 하자. 대포로 깨야 돼. 야 질러줄래 그렇게? 그렇게. 타워. 아우! 야 타워 끝내야 돼. 끝낼게. 나이스. 나오자마자 날려버릴게. 야 끝내. 우리 역할 있어? 그냥
Very funny.
It's like getting over it.
No, you climb the mountain in it. It's like co-op. You climb a mountain.
Well, actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. We should. It'll be good.
All right. Well, Nico is going to get banned away yet again. Nico, Gwen, and Varus were the bans on the blue side last time around for the bros. Remember, the bros had blue side in game 1 and did not quite find the victory. So we might have just mirrored bans here, although the Varus is out of order. Might give away that we are looking at a different choice over the Gwen. Or maybe a Gwen first pick for the Lord.
Gwen first pick could be the case.
I think not having to deal with this Poppy that seemed to be baiting them into all sorts of frustrating fights.
Well, there was a lot, right? I think that Morgan, unfortunately, also didn't really have the impact on the sign. Like, especially looking back to some of the replays, I think his fights were lackluster. Yep. Obviously, the space what we're doing over Croc was decision-making. I also think Palu, again, warm-up game from him on the Alistair outside of the early game. No, it's for Closer. I think Closer and Hype really did all they could.
Yeah,
DRX, though,
doing fine.
I the more I see of them, it's again, we need to remind everyone that the difference between these two teams in actual score is very minimal. And I think it's because DRX do sometimes just kind of make the right call again and again.
Yeah.
But like in that game, they were just falling too far behind, biding their time. As Gwen ban, is it like B1 Doric? I don't think it should be.
Well,
but I'm
now,
like,
it's a bit of a pick your poison though, isn't it? Because both the Talia and the Azir are left up. So I expect neither of those to be banned.
and then they will pick Azir for closer, because he can play that.
Yep.
That's a thing.
Although, it might be good if you pick Talia to have a better lane matchup. That might not be what they
So,
do.
I actually post nerfs.
Oh god, they're just going to
Sorry, post
for them?
buffs to Azir. I'm like, I actually think that the matchup, like, it used to be really Talia favored. I don't think it still is. I think the buffs to Azir, which again kind of mystified all of us at the LCK.
Yeah.
Given
I've
how the
already
crowd
written
has
it in,
been.
by the way. I don't know why they're taking so long.
What is closer? If there is a guy that's like, no, I got a counter pick.
Wait.
Look at his face. That's the man that's like,
my
it's fine,
God.
I'll just pick Akali. And then they're like, okay, closer, we trust you.
I mean, honestly, he is closer. That is something that he's very likely to do.
Tell me he wouldn't do that.
Oh, no, he would do that.
He would do that.
That might actually be the play. Oh, no. No. You know what it is? He's going to swain it. He's just going to swain his way in. You remember that? That was his Azir counter pick like a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that?
Yeah, I think there was a time and place for Swain. I don't know when, but this is a no-brainer, obviously.
Yeah, this was always going to happen. If it's just...
So
if he just picks Ryze, I'm going to be so upset. Because it's just not better.
I would like Galio. I think Galio into Rumble was really good. Galio and Ornn, I think, are the two picks that we've seen consistently work into this topside menace.
What are we
Is
picking
it
up
just
here,
gonna be
Croco?
Ryze? Will be a little lackluster.
Okay, so we're just playing RE5.
That is very, actually, that is the most Live Sandbox 2022 thing that you could go for.
Yeah.
This combo hasn't really worked nearly as well. We do have to highlight that.
Nope. I am.
I can hear. I can hear the bro leave dying in Atlas's voice, guys.
Well,
no.
I mean, it's not. I just didn't need them to make it way harder for themselves. You know, that's all. Okay, we're just Aatrox in the Rumble. Okay, Morgan. I kind of like that. Get the Lord on something that can do a damage.
Sponge, like both Trundle and Skarner go so hard here, by the way.
Yeah. Sponge can just choose any one of them. He is a fantastic
he's more of a Trundle guy.
He is,
think.
but it's like out of tank play for Sponge, although he did spend a lot of time on Sejuani.
Oh yeah, the Sponge-Juani.
The Skarner has been one of his better picks in the past, but it will be the Trundle.
I think it should have been Skarner, but if you're a jungler, you want to play Trundle because you feel like you actually get to.
Yeah, Skarner Azir just feels too good, doesn't it?
Oh, you're just like no, that's too. How do you really feel? Tell me, Atlas, about this draft so far.
I think Azir is extraordinarily strong.
He has been for, and he has been, and he's again, and he even more so than he was before.
Yep,
it's fine. This is going to 6. That we knew this coming into the day. I don't think there's a way around it. So bro is going to find a way to make it happen. Well, it wouldn't deny us a game 6.
No, surely we're not. We're not. It's not going to be a cringe fiver. It's never. It's never. And it's not going to be bro that fails to give us it.
Bro would.
Okay?
Well, okay, but what if they thought that DRX really needed this?
It's a really good point. And DRX do kind of need this.
What's the tech situation like, Atlas? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, honestly, it's not very purple in the chat right now. So it might have been that during this draft, they just didn't quite get
they didn't hit the quotas.
The taxation donations to reach the good picks. Tom Kench is an odd ban. Maybe they were expecting Teddy to just jinx because Teddy has been known to jinx.
I think it could have been like Senna Kench, and then if you pick Senna Kench and you don't have a way to dive, I think you just lose the game. So they're gonna go what, like Jhin? Lucian makes sense. You're gonna go Lucian Braum. Lucian Braum is good.
Wouldn't mind it. Doesn't give them a massive amount of engage, but when you've got Pillar and Equalizer, I think you're happy just to kind of fish for Pillar angles and
also
throw fire on top.
I'm not gonna lie, they will engage. I don't know what bro is gonna pick here, But there's not a lot left to, like, you can't really pivot away from this composition.
Draven Pike goes so hard here for the Bros.
I'm not about Polo Pike, I'm not gonna lie. You could go Jinx. Like, Jinx, actually, I could see. I think Hype has actually been a really good Ashe. Also would be good follow-up with the Arrow. Ezreal's a lot safer, though, and also does do well into the Trundle and Azir portion. I don't think it's great into Lucian.
Stealing away
But yeah,
Braum.
so you go as Braum to not have to deal with that, and then they go, what, Rel?
No, Rel was banned.
Oh yeah, you're right. By them.
So it has
Leona?
to be, if they want to engage, it almost
Don't
needs
pick
to be
Leona.
Leona.
I don't know about Leona and Braum.
Nautilus could have been a
No,
that's
Nautilus
worse
into
into
Braum is worse, yeah.
Andil is giggling a lot. Maybe it's Zac time.
I don't...
Support Trundle.
I mean, Leona, like, at least you can fish with ult, right? It's something.
Well, they're
But
gonna
it
lock it in.
doesn't feel great.
Maybe that was the master stroke the Bros were looking for. The Braum pick-away for Polo here in this game. They have plenty of other ways to get in there, of course. Croco just presses R, throws his whole body in. He didn't need an R button to do that. We watched him do it all game long in the previous one. So let's see whether the Bros can turn it around. Turn it around is something that they've been able to do in the past. And by the past, I mean 2 days ago. So bouncing back here should not be a big surprise, but it was a red side victory there for DRX. Once again, the Bros wear the same colored shorts as they head towards the Rift. We saw it earlier on today though, Chronicler. It doesn't really matter what side you're on. If the vibes are on your side, you can win. T1 showed us that as they took away the winning streak for Gen G. Let's see how this one is going to go. DRX fans looking pretty happy today. Oh, what are we celebrating? We need to know what we're celebrating.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't read
I see a lot of hearts.
Yeah, I imagine. Are we getting married? What are we doing?
Is it a date? Married today.
Married today? What the heck? What? The wedding was this morning, and you're like, oh, just get out of the gown, get out of the tux, and let's just head to Lol Park. Damn.
I kind of love that.
That is swift. If that was like.
Oh, so the legal.
Ah, legally married today. I was gonna say, like, they look surprisingly sober. From my experience in marriages, a little bit different here in Korea. I think they keep it a little bit more cordial, as we have.
I was at your wedding. I can.
Yeah, cordial. Cordial.
Can attest.
I said cordial like as in what you drink. So yeah, that's impressive. If it's just signing the paperwork though, that makes a lot more sense because that was just you go to the office.
And then you sign some papers.
And you sign some papers. That's what you do.
But it doesn't really feel real.
It doesn't.
Because we both did that, right?
Yeah. I also did it like a year and a half late as well. Cherry and I weren't officially married until like a year and a half after
Oh, wait,
our
you
wedding.
did it the other way around.
Yeah, we did it the other way.
Wait, what? That's...
Because I don't really need the government to tell me whether I'm married or not, you know?
Well, yeah, I guess, but that is the... I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Arguably the more important part.
I mean, it depends. It depends what your situation is, right? Because some people like need,
valid.
Especially if you're in a different country and like maybe you need it for visa reasons and stuff like that. But we didn't really need it for any of that.
Oh, yeah, I would love a Cho'Gath as well.
Well, that's a fun one.
That is a really nice... That's actually one of the cutest Cho'Gath drawings I've ever seen.
It's very cute.
That is adorable.
And it's all, like almost like a bit of a Renekton-y Cho'Gath as well, which is a very Morgan theme, which I kind of really enjoy.
It is the mashup.
We just realized that there is a pause at this point in time.
That's fine.
We are having a little bit of a delay getting into the game. I only just noticed now that it's been taking a while after we had a very long conversation.
Atlas, I think, I'm not going to lie, I think you're still... No, I think the real reason is you're still upset about the Azir and the Ahri and Vi.
I mean, I had kind of forgotten about the draft. I just didn't remember what the champions were by this stage. Is that a happy birthday for Sponge?
It looks like a happy birthday for Sponge.
The 25th? Happy birthday, Sponge.
Happy birthday, Sponge.
Well, the 2-0 for DRX could certainly be coming in.
Could happen.
Unless the fans on this side have their phones out and are in Twitch chat donating, right? Donating the bro tax. That's what you need to get in there. As a guy in chat is actually currently saying, Atlas, start the game. All right. Sorry, mate.
Atlas,
it's my bad.
okay.
It's my bad.
He is currently leaving.
Yeah, I should probably pop it. Just give me.
All right, he is actually.
I'm heading out. I'm just gonna jump over.
He is. No, Atlas, no. Please.
What do you mean?
I don't want you
I needed to go and start the game.
You can't jump down there. That's dangerous.
But I can't walk through the fans and everything. And there's a guy running.
Yes, you can. Just walk to the stage and press the
I'm a very lithe person.
Don't.
I'm quite lithe.
Atlas, I know you're a tall guy, but just you gotta stay safe.
I think you're dramatic.
Oh, I'm overly dramatic and very caring and worrying about your well-being.
Oh, did you watch the K-pop Demon Hunters movie?
No, but I've heard it's amazing.
It's pretty good.
So yeah, because I have to watch it with my wife and she's not here yet. She's coming to Korea soon, so we're watching it together. I've heard it's fun.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I watched it in Korean because I watched it with my wife, and it was really interesting because a lot of the songs are in English, right? And so I'm listening to the whole thing in Korean, and the Korean translation's actually super good, for the dubbing or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they just all of a sudden go into English, and it's for the songs, and it's just kind of odd.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, so I think I might just watch it again, just in English, see how that goes. But do you know what we're going to watch now? It's a game 2 between the Bros and DRX, and the Azir is on red side somehow. Let's get onto the Rift. All right, well, I started the game, and thank you very much for the tax there as well. There was some Atlas start the game tax that was put in.
Nice.
That, by the way, guys, that goes straight to me and not to the Bros. So you need to also put your bro tax in if you just
Atlas,
did the Atlas start the game tax.
You can't do that.
Yes,
it's a bro game. That's bro tax.
No, but they didn't do the right channels to get it in there. So it went to the wrong place. You got to make sure that you send it to the right place. Me?
Yeah.
I did already. I've double bro tax
donate what the people gave to you to bro.
Oh, just behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that.
Please.
But I mean, I do that anyway.
Atlas, you're a good... Okay, that's true, actually, yeah. It'll comes up bro eventually.
Indeed. All roads lead to bro. That's why they call them broads.
Still have 2 games left, Atlas. You can't do that to me.
Oh, 1 and a bit. Because this game's already been... It's already 2 minutes over. I mean...
I've missed you, Atlas.
Some games are already done in 15 minutes time.
I'm glad we're casting together again.
You already miss MSI.
Yeah. No, it's the opposite. I love MSI. But for me...
Andil?
I mean, I think that's. Nah, with the level up, it's not. Yeah, that was a short shot too many. No, so really, when it comes to adrenaline and how memorable the games are, obviously you can't beat an international tournament. But when it comes to pure enjoyment, there is just not a lot of stuff that's as fun as just having an LCK series where you're just hanging out with the gang.
It is.
Where you're just enjoying yourself.
It's a very different thing, isn't it?
It's not. It's actually not the same. I feel like they're very different skill sets, because for obviously you have to be serious. You have to remind people of the stakes. You have to actually look at the game.
Yeah.
And now we don't have any of that weighing.
I mean, there's some stakes.
How does this keep happening to you?
I don't know. It's a day. The Azir got on red side, okay, and I just don't know how to cope.
Atlas, I need you. You don't need to ton. It's fine. I know Azir was really strong, but you can't.
I mean, it is Ari Vi, and it is closer Croco.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is one of Croco's greatest picks in the past, so maybe he just still has a massive amount of confidence on it. But Sponge is also very happy to be the Troll King, as Andil doesn't get stunned up because that Mystic Shot misses.
Oh my god, they're just going to die.
The angle. Yeah, Hype just going to have to flash, but now Sponge, he can just flash in and chomp him. Oh no, oh no, oh no, the Troll was under the bridge! And he's just, as I said, he didn't even need to flash in, he just chomped him! And that was it. Now Polu just has to watch as he also gets chomped. And no one even dies. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous dive. And Rich also survives on the top side. Croco getting cooked. And my God, DRX may just obliterate the bros.
They will, at least in this early game, Atlas, because that's a disaster. Early kill for Teddy. Sponge getting the follow-up kill on Polu as well. Experience gap secured, a full level, by the way, because that was on the crash. And this is very elementary stuff. If you are weak-sided, you can't be going up for these trades. You just can't. This is a much harder dive if Hype doesn't literally just die off of a single auto by the Trundle. And here Polu, because he doesn't have anyone to help him stack.
Oh man, the fact that Andal survived there as well is...
It's so big.
It's not even insult to injury, that might just be backbreaking. But we'll see. Of course, it is very early. Bit of hyperbole here from good old Atlas, but we'll see how they're going to recover. As maybe this is all part of the game plan, because in game one, Bro had a great start, and you saw how that ended. Now what Jukas said is, no guys, great starts are not what we want. We want a terrible start. That's what's going to get us.
Okay, but how does that relate to the law of Sponge? Where if Sponge pops off, he will continue to pop off.
Ooh, the spongiest he just isn't one that can actually be understood. That's the way I like to think about it.
He is Lord Spongiest. We know what he does.
Indeed. Well, yeah,
sometimes. I don't. Okay,
let me rephrase it. He is the Troll King, and he is 1-0-1, and I'm a little bit worried about that.
In a game, before a game, I never know what Sponge does. But if Sponge is winning, I do think generally he just keeps winning. When he's losing, I think he keeps losing. I don't think he's a combat guy.
That's a good point.
But when he's playing from ahead, I think he is a little dangerous. We'll see, though. Closer and Kruckle have a lot of playmaking potential, and he is trying to sneak in here. Oh, just on the edge of vision.
Yeah, not quite able to sneak into that brush.
He doesn't have, yeah, he has to, because he doesn't have flash or 6. So, oh, that is costly.
Level 6 is the least gained here for Morgan. Does have that World Ender back up. And Hype and Polu just doing their very best to catch waves underneath this turret as Teddy lining a whole bunch of these piercing lights onto Polu, helping soften up this Braum. Two shots going awry, and it's looking a little bit rough. Still, it's not exactly end of the world as far as CS is concerned and things like that. He's only down about a wave. Is Hype. So that is going to alleviate if he can stay competitive. But mid lane, extraordinarily even. Top lane, extraordinarily even. And it's all just the jungle and bot lane gaps that are really starting to protrude here.
Oh, Croco getting invaded.
Yeah, problematic, as that is a really nice Winter's Bite to spot out exactly where Andal is.
Still level 5.
Yeah. Teleport. No, not a teleport. That is a back. That's less aggressive. A little bit unfortunate here for the bros, as they will lose their red buff. Croco. Yeah, it's feels like a race to level 6 as the Vi, and he lost.
Yeah, I got nothing more. He will be able to hit it off of, but like the vision control, he's not going to be able to punish this bot lane whatsoever. And DRX, a bit of an early game masterclass. We kind of questioned Andal, but it was his early trades that set up the dive.
Yeah,
and they got both kills off of a very clean setup with Andal living, Sponge and Teddy both picking up a kill. And now the continued invading. Croco, I think, needs to make this gank work. They need to find something on Rich. Okay. Guess what, Rich?
He's looking for a bit of a back angle.
Oh, yep, there you go.
That's going to spot him out. So this ward gives them all the information that they need. Looks like Croco might be able to make his way over to some grubs, but you can see the pings are coming through from Sponge as well. That would not be uncontested. And so slinking back into his jungle, Croco just kind of licking his wounds at this point. Teleport is going to bring Andal towards the top side. And they'll clear out some vision, make sure that these grubs are going to be as safe as possible. Yeah, with control of mid lane, and there is no contesting this. So DRX have so far just controlled everything on the map.
And when you're behind with your Vi ARI composition, it just kind of falls flat, right? You need to be able to actually find a target, go in ham. Oh, good charm.
Yeah, decent charm, but the Empress Divide is still going to connect. This time at least the Foxfire, and the Spirit Rush is going to be able to get him out of the way of Andal.
But that's still a win for DRX. DRX are looking at this going, okay, ARI no ult. means there's no window. Look at the vision control as well. Like, yes, that is pinged. But even then, I'm pretty sure they knew because Croco was on the top side. Look at the vision. That's there in this top side jungle. And before it was in the bot side, they've been tracking Croco from the very beginning. And with Croco not being able to make an impact because he's being tracked, the lanes are really struggling. As DRX, the solo lane is doing a good job. Bot lane we already talked about.
And it doesn't really get better from here, right? With the Azir on the map, the fact that Trundle scales perfectly into the later stages, doesn't exactly have the greatest of subjugate targets, but it's not really that much of a problem if you can just control your opposition. And in the 1v1 against Croco, he didn't even need a lead like this to have a very good time.
It would be very funny if DRX like somehow 2-0, but the Azir just doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, Morgan does find a ender angle. And Sponge gives up on the opportunity here. Does just throw down a pillar and realizes that he's a little bit too close to the turret. And they don't exactly have hard CC. So he's allowed to live for the minute. Slight advantage as well as far as CS, like Morgan and Closer are at least farming well. And you can see the money as far as the solo lane's concerned is fine for the bros. It's just elsewhere. It's kind of going catastrophically wrong.
Early Drake. Triple grubs as well for DRX, so they're feeling great. The only thing I am a little worried about is that when it comes to setup, they are relying on Andil being there. Without him, I think their CC is pretty lackluster.
Yep.
You're really only looking at a shuffle and a pillar. Now, I love Trundle pillar, but into the enemy team, like, how good is it really?
Yeah, it's not amazing when it's alone. You know,
it's well that, but there's also there is what is it? Umbral Dash.
Yep.
There is Vault Breaker. Obviously,
Arcane stand beside me.
There you go. Is it stand beside me or stand beside Braum?
He says stand behind Braum.
But it is.
But it's
stand
called
beside me.
Stand beside me. Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because it wouldn't. It'd be weird if the name was.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to say Braum. But if you're playing Braum, you can say me.
Well, he still says Braum, though. Like, he talks about himself in the third person. That's kind of
weird.
He does
do that. It is kind of weird. Atlas does that too sometimes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Okay.
What does Atlas think about it?
Nah, he loves it.
Second Drake. Being contested here. Look at the item finishes. Item done for Sponge. Item done for Teddy. As well as Rich sitting on a... Yeah, they can contest this. I think they made the right call, but... You are Vi and Ari.
Yeah.
And you're not contesting Drakes. You're down 2.
And that is going to be feats of strength
Mountain!
as far as objectives are concerned. And there is another mountain. We are inundated with mountains.
Is anything more bro than beating DK and then just getting 2-0 by DRX?
Nope. That is about as bro as you can get. And do you know what it is?
It's a lack of bro tags.
It's just everyone lost all of their bro tags.
The people are struggling.
Wait, they should have got all of their bro tax back, you know, like all of the committed, like the bro predictors. It would have been like rolling in the cash after, you know, they picked up the win against DK. Like the channel points should be there.
Should be flowing.
Oh dear.
It's fine. It's only a 1.2k gold lead. I do think the game state is getting worse for bro, but let's not pretend that the
it's
DRX
never too late for more bro tax. There is always a way, you know? As it might be tough for the Lord, who I think knows that things are getting a little bit rough as they do move their way in. Flash still available, but he decides he wants to use that next time because he was looking pretty dead. And it's just going DRX to DRX. That is going to be feats of strength. Some upgraded shoes now available here. And the bros looking just kind of worse for wear.
DRX making good use, it looks like, of the time that they spent just
We've got a new one. We've got Atlas stop blaming chat tax. I don't know where that one goes.
No, that's good.
That's a good one.
That's good.
I'm sorry, I'll stop blaming chat, but that was
no, you won't.
Very good.
That is the core of many bro memes. He will not chat. Don't let him get away with it. I love this, actually. Accountability for Atlas.
Okay, I apologize. However, you still do need to pay your bro tax.
It's
not going to stop.
No, it's you and Ox are both the kings of getting as much bro tax as possible. Accountability for Ox as well.
Well, I mean, it's just, you just gotta pay bro tax, man. I'm not the government.
No, I'm going to question. I want to question why. Why are we paying our bro tax?
So,
why do we need to do this?
So that the bros can stand a chance.
Well, but if I've been paying my bro tax and I'm not seeing any of that in the bro performance
Yeah,
right
but it would have
now.
been way worse if they hadn't paid any bro tax.
Well, you got evidence of that?
No?
Well then, why are you making
different...
these claims?
If I could travel to a different dimension, I might be able to prove, but I can't.
Oh, we're not even doing a little timeline hop? We're not doing a little multiverse?
No, because everyone loses interest. As soon as you bring in multiverses, no one cares anymore, okay?
We don't have time.
Because nothing matters.
We don't have time to talk about the fact that if there is no causality, nothing matters, Atlas. There are stakes. You said it many times.
No, we were talking about dinner, weren't we? I said that there wasn't any steak.
No, we were talking about vampire steaks.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh, now we're back to Leslie, and I'm feeling way better. Okay, Andal and Teddy are looking for a little bit of an angle here. I don't know why. We're doing some K-River. But we are going to move back to the A-ramming. We were river ramming for a moment, which is some pretty crazy territory.
We're going to get a Herald fight. If Bro lose this fight, I think it's done. They need to find good target selection.
Well, Croco, he's just going in. He flashes out of the way of the solar flare and finds Yahoo. Closer is there as well. They managed to land the jump. The True Shot Barrage is going to be able to take down the Azir. And now Morgan is going to end DRX's world as he takes down Andal. There goes Rich as well. Thank you for the bro tax chat. You guys did this. This is you.
As the target selection of Croco and Closer find Yehu. That man did not get to play the video game. And the turnaround that we all knew deep down was coming. As the Herald is taken, the mid lane turret falls, and Bro is back on top.
And you don't need a multiverse anymore, Chronicler. You know that it was that influx of purple text that allowed this to happen. I don't know whether that's the case, but Bro are definitely back in it now. They in fact have a 1,000 gold lead.
Again, highlight here is the turn onto Yehu. So really good flash there from Croco to ensure he doesn't get taken down by the solar flare. And then an entire ult from Teddy goes into Polu.
Oh, okay. We are back in the action once again. Emperor's Divide is on to 2, but it is Andal that's going down, and Polu just walks it off. Closer's gonna turn up, and DRX, what happened? As Teddy is actually kind of popping off right now, but the relentless pursuit to try and escape is coming on through here. There is the culling. That'll take down the Braum. And it is a 2 for 2 in the end.
Guys, Drake is up. I feel like we have more pressing. Well, DRX, you could have just took it. You could just take Drake. You could have done Soul Point.
No.
Just take Soul Point.
There was hitting enemies to do, Chronicler.
As we go for the dive, as there are many people on this ult.
I didn't see that solar flare because I think outside of the replay it was off screen.
No, that was actually, he did travel to the multiverse. He was hitting Aatrox in the other timeline.
That was where Morgan flashed to.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, before they got all of the people back that Thanos did his clip.
Not in this timeline, though, as clearly didn't find the ult. Was ambitious dive anyway. What does it mean for the fight? Closer does have his ult.
Here's that dragon that we were going to fight over before. Croco's going to go in. They are just looking to execute the Trundle, and they do exactly that. Andal, he's got the Eclipse running, but where's the follow-up? Where's the answer? It's a double for Hype, as Yahoo's now just going to get stunned up by the Braum passive. Teddy gets ceased and desisted. Oh, Assault and Battery is so much better for doing that, but that is kind of what happened in the end. And now it's a free dragon over to the Bros. They have full control. And this was all part of Duke's plan.
He warned them. He said early leads are bait.
Are killers. Never have a lead early and everything will be fine. And you know what? Proof is in the pudding, Chronicler.
So engage into Sponge, who I really think should have just subjugated at the start of this. Maybe he could have lived. But there's also the question, why are we that far up when we don't have an ultimate on the Azir? Because if Azir is an ultimate, they can't make that play. Because if they try to go that deep, they'll get taken down. And then these segmented plays where Morgan just gets the press queue, they get the stack. The Braum passive, it's 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. Obviously doing a lot better there.
Yeah.
Now, DRX still in a playable spot in this game, but...
I mean, this is still Otacon throwable.
Yes, for either side, which I do appreciate.
Big time. We're going to see that this goal graph is precisely how it looked in the last game, but the other side. Like, almost exactly. It's almost poetry. It's beautiful. As Closer was unable to kill that minion, which is a bit awkward.
Poetry needs tension, okay, Atlas? Not everything is perfect.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Light and shade and stuff like that. It's shades of gray, blah blah blah. Not a certain number of them. Okay, no, it's the gray area.
I didn't even go there, Atlas.
Oh,
it's not in the zeitgeist anymore.
He scoffed. He scoffed
yeah,
a little.
just scoff at you trying to just pilot your way for yet another nonsensical allegory that we're trying to make work.
Have you seen that there's an Australian dude that just does really Australian summaries of movies?
I have not.
There's a Twilight one. It's so good. It's very funny.
My the person that was the best man at my wedding actually made me read all the Twilight novels.
Really?
So I actually did read all of them, yeah.
Is that worse, or is me reading them twice on purpose bad? As Sponge is going to get taken down very low again, but this time the Subjugate's going to be working out. True Shot Barrage wasn't enough. Oh, the door is there to answer the Lucian. As Closer was dashing over, but doesn't quite find a target.
It's getting taken a little low, but looks like DRX doesn't want to commit with their front line so rich.
Okay.
Well, I guess he had flash, but no longer.
Well, he's just going to go home. That was weird. All right.
Wait, so you just also read all of them voluntarily?
Yeah, I did. As my one of my best friends in high school was like, these books are great. I was like, all right.
They weren't, but I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a bit of a romp. You know, I liked vampires,
it
as we were talking about in the previous
It did give us Robert Pattinson, which...
I mean, I don't think he needed the whole Twilight thing, you know?
Well, no, but it definitely helped.
Yeah. I think if we had have just been able to like skip that bit though and just had the Robert Pattinson.
No, I actually think it adds character. It adds
character. Oh, brilliant. Well, DRX are doing that startup Otacon thing. How do we feel about that?
Well, we saw what it did for Bro in the last game, so I'm waiting with great interest.
Well, we are true-shotting and barraging. Rich taking a bit of damage, but it's Morgan in a bit of trouble. Does find some knockups, though. And remember, has a lot of healing. He goes golden, but now Closer is going to show up. The equalizer does nothing. Teddy trying to get out of the way of Polo, but he should be able to get this one done. It's a double as Teddy makes his presence known. Nice charm will connect, but Andal back underneath that Sun Disc. And Bro... don't know about this one.
2 for 2.
Croco is dead and Sponge is still up, so it's no Otacon now.
Just a 2 for 2. Rich, if he positions his Q a little bit better there with the arm guard, I think he could have actually cooked Morgan. Could have been big, because look at the damage he's able to do here. I think both his ults and his Q right there, timing a little better, and he kills Morgan, and then Morgan doesn't get the reset. Closer also is able to get to the rest of the fight, but it's a bit of a mess, as again, these fights are so split on either side.
Yeah.
No one gets Otacon, so we look at what has actually been used. So it's flash for Croco, flash for Palu, flash for Yehu as well, and Rich doesn't have his arm guard, which I think is actually a big deal. As Pro are just going to start it up again. I'm not so sure about that, but there is no equalizer right now available, and DRX, I might just have to give this.
I mean, there's no ults apart from the Solar Flare that's coming up pretty soon, but it's just gone. So the Bros, some highway robbery here as the Otacon is going to be secured. And that's a Magi's. Wow, Closer. Wow, how can you be like, I'm going to build a Banshees and a Magi's?
Well,
I feel like that's like multiple personalities.
No, there is a school of thought that Banshees allows you to play more aggressive.
Right, and that lets you hold onto the stacks more effectively.
Well, that, but also you can play more aggressively into the opponents because you can tank a skill.
True.
So like you can ult in more aggressively because you're fine.
Well, we'll see whether that is going to remain the case. So far, 3-0-6 having a very good time as Yehu may discontinue having a good time.
We're playing two sides of the map here. This is risky from Bro.
They are.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They're on a dragon right now. That is going to go down, but can they all get themselves out?
That was
Croco,
a little dicey.
Why did we did not need to press the Q button?
No,
they are not going to move into the fog of war.
He needed to kill it. Actually needed to kill it as soon as possible because he didn't have smite.
Oh.
So he did actually really want to try and kill it, even if it ended up with him dying. 2 Drakes now for Bro. They're going to be feeling amazing about that as well.
Yeah. Some individual Mountain Drakes also feel pretty good with this composition that doesn't really have a true tank. As, all right, in goes the buy. Doesn't quite find the Vault Breaker and will just get that back massage and put into the Death Chamber with the Equalizer. Very well played here by DRX to lock down the jungler, but just a little bit of a step too far there by Croco on the bottom side of the map. So they'll lose the turret, and DRX, incremental little step back into this game.
Unforced error there by Croco. Gets the Drake. That was big. If he'd given his life, taken the Drake, I think it wouldn't have felt as bad, but that was just not necessary. Just walks up, tries to go for the Q, and just dies unceremoniously. Very straightforward, doesn't have flash, so you can't use your Q like that, even if he hits it. I don't really think you can do too much with it. 2 item spikes now being hit across the board. There's the stopwatch for Rich. Sterix for Morgan.
Man, this really is Closer versus Teddy, isn't it? 5-0-3 on this Lucian.
He has been doing a good amount of gaming. He's back.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a
I.e.
good time to start talking about him as well. That's a big spike.
He is still Lucian, though. So if he does get ulted by Croco and Closer gets on top of him, I do think he dies.
Indeed.
And DRX, their job is to make sure that that exact... Because everyone else, I think you can do without. Like Yeo, Rich, it's fine. You don't actually need him to win a fight. You do need Teddy. Teddy needs to live.
And there's no Mikhails or anything like that, so if a charm hits onto Teddy, he is dead. That's likely what the layering of CC is going to be. Croco goes in, hits him with the cease and desist, and then you just pour everything on top.
The vision denial is the main thing, because if you have multiple angles from which you can come, then you can actually take down Teddy. But if he knows you're there, then you're going to have a much tougher time. So denying as many wards as possible is a big deal for Bro here. So DRX doing the opposite, trying to make sure that Ondale can just create as much vision as possible.
Yeah, about 1,000 gold here from Morgan, top side of the map. 2 items to 2 and a bit here from Rich. Pretty happy to have the Oblivion Orb as well. True Shot Barrage going to pick the gap. And in fact, there were 4 posts, so that was AFL, 100%, 6 points. Closer pushes this wave in, deals with that at least. 1 level lead here for Morgan. Items aren't necessarily looking too Aatrox favored in this matchup right now, and I think Rich is going to be kind of okay with just picking up this wave as it heads towards the turret. But yeah, Teddy against the world. It's just Jin Air all over again. Why is it always just, it all comes back to Jin Air?
Good question. I don't know.
Kind of crazy.
He is also an AD carry. I do think that they have this situation happen a lot. And then they make one misstep that arguably isn't a misstep and they just die and it's, well, game's done.
Ooh, Croco clearing out some vision here. It's DRX.
Oh, once Closer gets that death gap, that is a big spike.
Oh, God.
I think DRX might want to look for a fight right now to try and deny that.
He has the 10 stacks already completed as well.
Oh, that's going to be a ton of AP Atlas.
Oh, yeah, Hive possibly in trouble, but the Pillar not really doing too much. True Shot Barrage just to spin the wave as best they can. That's an Arcane Shift. As in comes Closer. He's spotted on vision, but what? Andil is just dead. He's just too far up. Just a mistake. Here from the support out of DRX, and you've said it already, he's the only one that can hold people in position.
Well, Baron Pit might be doing them some favors here. That's a close and tight corridor. Oh, look at the setup here. Multi and Croco looking.
Croco on the angle, finds their way in. There is the flash forward from Closer, but Teddy is alive, and then he's taken out. Rich also is going to be able to go golden, but that's a see your death type go golden. And now, Yahoo finds himself running the wrong direction. They save the Azir till last, and Sponge is running for the hills. This is a Baron if the Bros want it, but they might look to break open the base first as the True Shot Barrage sails by. Oh man, Andil probably going to be kicking himself after that one.
Wonder what happened there. It's, I think, another example of DRX not all being on the same page.
Yeah.
Because Ondale, he needs to step up to try and secure vision, but I hope we get a replay to see what actually happened there. Felt like he both overstepped, but if the rest of the team at least provides some safety, maybe that could have been something. We did see, though, the problem for Teddy. As okay, guys, this game is game is done.
It's not looking too good. That's a nice solar flare, though. Polo comes on over just to see what's going on. Yeah.
But the game is done.
It is. And it's so weird that it's an exact mirror of what we saw in Game 1. But the other side. Okay, we're rushing to Baron, as Soul Point is looking to be picked up here by the bros.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Oh.
But hang on, they do a lot of damage to Baron.
They might be able to take this.
Let's see if that can happen. Teleport to come in from Morgan.
Croco's here.
Flank angle. True shot barrage to layer on through. It is going to be Rich that locks down the Baron for DRX. Teddy has been dove on, though. He does manage to take down Croco, but Morgan's there to end his world. Yahoo now trying to get out of the way, and the Emperor's Divide doesn't really do anything. Unfortunately, if you divide by 0, you're just going to find yourself in the death chamber, and there is the win for the... Although, I guess Croco died, and Closer lost a whole bunch of stats.
No, wait. This is a huge trade up. They got Soul Point and Nash.
Okay, yeah, and it looked like we were just looking at the bit of the fight the bro won, and I'm like, oh, it's all great, but it's not. Okay.
The DRX macro?
Yeah, I don't know how that even worked, but let's have a look at it again.
So this was just a straight flip. Pure 50-50 that might end up deciding the game. Goes down to 150, by the way.
Yeah.
Not sure how that happened. And then Teddy does take down Croco, but more importantly, Closer dies.
Was Hyde just not there?
No, he based.
Uh-huh.
And he had to because he had no health.
Yeah.
But that did mean that they were down a member. Yeah. Quizzical.
Yes. It was certainly a ton of events. It's also an even bigger deal, right? Because that's 8 stacks off the Forbidden Book for Closer. And so it's going to have to find another good team fight.
Get me back into the red. I want to see that Goldcraft go up and down.
It's not quite a heart monitor unless you have a very, very slow amount of BPM. But we are getting back towards a beat on the other side.
Their siege is good. They can set up. Need to actually get to the turret, though.
And a team fight, when it works, looks pretty good for DRX as well. Let's see whether some more of these picks can actually come. Oh my god, DRX. Rich taking so much damage. Closer having to use the ult just to avoid the culling. But once again, Andal is in no man's land. Emperor's Divide just to buy some space, and it might have actually done so as Teddy down so low, still trying to kite, still trying to do damage as Croco. He can't get there, my god! Teddy, you monster, but he's left the rest of his team! And they are going to fall down. Rich with the teleport in, and then the run away. And wait, was this another DRX straight up? I don't really know.
Where the Rich... Did he base?
I thought he was dead before.
What happened? What?
I don't know.
So Atlas, this game is getting to me. What is happening? Why are these events transpiring?
I'm watching it and trying to yell about it when it's happening, and I still have no idea. I have to admit to you.
I think we need another replay. Okay, so the poke is really good here from Bro.
And Polo actually finding Rich, the angle onto Rich was really good. So Rich runs away.
So Rich runs away, and then I legit think if he just goes in here and toasts them, I think they just all die. But he has he has empowered Baron recall, so he thinks he can get out and then get back in.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't, and if Teddy dies there, that's game. I'm not even joking. That's game over right there. But it's not. He doesn't die. So we get another fight. This game is still not done.
And Closer just won a team fight, but he'd already sold his book.
Aww.
That feels terrible, doesn't it?
That's bad. Wait, guys, there's no objective. Why are we in river?
You gotta fight for the river.
No, push the side lanes.
No.
So Yehu, despite being 2-7, is about to finish his death cap. This is a game, Atlas.
Oh, it really is. This is one of the most games that I've...
Do you know what this is?
What is this?
This is Rise, baby.
Oh, heck yeah. Wasn't it cool yesterday? We got 2 Rise series, one after the other. That was amazing. It was a real treat.
I thought you were hyping up KT.
I think Rise is the better group.
Gen GT1, that's nothing.
Yeah, not compared to this. I don't even understand this. It's so far ahead of me that I just don't even get it.
I'm
you know?
so glad we're back at the LCK and we get to witness this. This is
Peak
beautiful.
League of Legends, exactly.
That's challengers, baby.
Why wasn't Bro at MSI? Ah, because they'd make everyone else look too silly. That's why. They're not ready for Bro on the international stage. Maybe one day.
Well, they you know, theoretically it's possible.
Well, probably going to show him the door.
They got mid.
Pretty good about that.
Wait,
Teleport in.
wait, Morgan.
It's the pincer attack. There's the flash in right on top of Yahoo, but it's the Lucian they have to take down, and they absolutely do that. The Empress of Idon to 3, but what is that going to do? The answer is nothing at all, as Hype hits 2 with the ulti on the back end. Sponge gets eliminated. Is that a clean ace? Is that a clean ace for the Bros? It absolutely is, as Andil, for the first time this series, goes down last. And the Bros will move on to Game 3.
Not even close, baby! As Lord Morgan, with the taxes in his hand, heavy with gold, finds the flank. Croco gets on top of Teddy. Teddy did not get to play the game. By the way, as we highlighted, that Vi-Ahri combo ends up being the difference maker.
That was ridiculous. The Lord hasn't never had a performance like this on Aatrox in my recent memory. I just honestly haven't seen it. This is oftentimes a pick that he's not quite found the success on, especially for closing out games. That flank angle, absolutely beautiful, and DRX just crumbled. Oh my goodness.
We
What
are
incredible
learning.
stuff.
We are learning many things. We are learning that early leads are bait. We are learning that Azir is overrated. And maybe we are learning that Brotax does in fact matter.
Brotax does matter. And I don't think...
I need evidence, but we're getting evidence. We're gathering it right now.
This is the thing. What you did is you just pitted the power of Brotax against Azir. And it just shows. Brotax is more powerful than how good this champion is.
I think it was just Azir, or sorry, Vi-Ahri just dunking on the only member.
Yeah, honestly,
of
it was a bit of a
DRX.
reminder because we did see, like, there's been many examples of Vi looking a bit muted. But then sometimes she can just press R on someone, and that someone is really important. And when they're dead, there's no way to win the team fight. Oh, golly gee, we get another one of these, Chronicler. Time for us to take a short break.
6 games!
The space gonna break it down, then we'll be back for game number 3. See you there.
미드 와주라 이거. 야 나 미드 텔러.
미드 그냥 이거 쌍각 볼래?
야 천천히.
나 루시안과 뺄게 이거 한번 뺄게. 나 자리 옮겨.
야강 나와야 돼 이제 봉쇄.
나 정면 그냥 질러줄게.
가보자. 될것 같아.
아들 소식이야. 아지야 루시안. 아들 사진 봤어. 야 아들 봐봐 아들. 일단 트런들. 트런 잡고 미드라가 끝나 이거. 다 죽여.
끝낼 거 나와. 미드 라인 좀 해줘. 할만해.
남하다 이거. 야 미드 하자 이거. 감사합니다. 내가 배트롤. 너무 힘들었다. 미안해. 내가 진짜 너무 힘들어. 내가 너무.
On the bracket and what it's going to look like, because things have all changed. And now let's see how things change in this draft, because we are fearless. And honestly, that is the word of the night. These teams, both of them, fearless. Probably should have been a bit more fearful in both of these games at certain points. But let's see how it is going to go here in game number 3 when it is all on the line. The Bros, they've done this before. They did it 2 days ago. They took down DK in a reverse sweep, best of 3 style.
You are correct, by the way. I think it's the it's number 1, 2, and 3. So 9 and 10 are out.
Yep.
So that means that we probably won't be because I think one of these 2 teams is probably going to be in 9th. Might be BNK. It could theoretically still be DK, depending on how collapsed you truly think they are.
You'd have to colossally collapse, I think.
Well, no, they're like 10 points ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking just a normal collapse. We're talking big collapse.
And we do have just confirmation that 9th and 10th are both out, as we just learned. Good to know that I at least remembered that. But
and once you're in play-ins, you can do whatever you can dream of. You know, you can make it all the way.
Exactly.
It is possible. You could go on a run, Atlas.
Oh, the Brun. Imagine it.
The Brun?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that reminds me of that really cute TV show with the car called Brum. Do you remember?
What is the recent greatest? Is it? Well, it's DRX actually. Never mind.
Yeah.
Like, what is the greatest run? Like, is it? No, it's DRX.
It's just DRX.
It's just DRX. Yeah, never mind. Huh. Kinda.
It's kind of frustrating, isn't it? Because that'll never be topped, and so it's just always DRX from now on.
Well, it's because they won. I think otherwise Hanwha might have actually if they both ended in the same place, I think the Hanwha run might have still been crazier.
True. But I
the 2021, but again, I'm not trying to argue this because it is DRX.
Yeah.
We both know this.
Yeah.
For a fact, as we are. You know, normally this early rel prio, I'm not a fan, but Alistair is out and it is Palu. So I'm down with it. I respect it. I like it. As the Rise is picked up here for Yehu, what is Closer going to play into it?
I'm not sure about first pick Rise. Doesn't make me feel fantastic, but
It did win in
that's true. In the previous series.
Did.
There's the Cassiopeia, and that was
Okay.
not what was picked by Chovy in our last series. So this time, the Snake Lady. We got Horse Pants and Snake Lady. Very, very cool stuff. As Sponge and Yehu, what are we going to be locking away here to augment this composition? Jungle Pool is looking a little thin, especially after the Nocturne and Pantheon were both banned away. We'll see where Sponge is going to go. As the Rakan is a consideration, likely the Xayah to follow. Teddy is big advocate for Xayah, always has been. Still, they could go with something else. This could be just them making sure they have some engage.
I think Xayah does run into Jinx. Could see that come through. I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Jarvan, combined with Rakan, really strong. Also takes away a lot of the strong AD carries that you want to go at this point in the game, right? Lucian's out. Ezreal's out. Can go Xayah, but you'll still be stuck.
Yep.
What is
Can't exactly fly over that wall.
Play here? Because you want something that can kind of deal.
Oh,
You could go-
Morgan knows.
So you could actually, funnily enough, you could go Renekton and go an AD jungler and just go Ziggs. I'm not even joking.
True.
Like Ziggs into like if he ults you, you just ult yourself and then Satchel and then he dies.
Yep.
I could see it. I wouldn't hate it actually. More I think about it.
See where the hype does want to go there. And then what's the AD jungle that you do decide to pick alongside it? Is it like a Viego or a Zed? I guess Zed's a bit flavor of the month at the moment.
I wouldn't mind Zed. What else do we still have open? Pantheon's out. Nocturne's out.
Fury. Haven't seen the Fury in a while.
Yeah, I think the Fury's kind of bad
Probably
now.
a Briar.
They actually make the... Okay, let's... They actually make the read. Like this a lot. The Zed ban, I think, is very warranted.
Like it.
Because
And
they do...
this jungle pool is going to get well and truly.
It is. There's going to be something that we're not thinking of right now that's like super obvious. Oh, God.
What? Wait. What?
It's Lee.
Oh, my God. You're right.
Can't believe we're not thinking of the most, arguably the most iconic jungler ever.
Is it not that we should be considering
Well, I don't think...
the AD carries, though? Because, like, maybe it's a Kai'Sa? You could theoretically Kai'Sa your way out of a Cataclysm.
You could Kai'Sa. Yeah, I think Kai'Sa works. But I do think playing Kai'Sa into... Okay, oh my God.
Well, they're banning the Lee as well.
I am really happy that I mentioned both Zed and Lee, and then they both got banned. I do kind of... That makes me feel good. That was nice. That was nice. Take the win.
There you go.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, now what does Croco play, though? That's the real
Maybe
question.
you just slam Ziggs here and give yourself more time to think about it.
Could do it that way. Let's see. It's Croco that we're focusing on at the moment. And
all right,
oh
well,
God, it's my train of thought. Oh no, I liked yours a lot better, but instead we have got the croc and the cat, and it's a menagerie. We've got horse, we've got snake, we've got the crocodile, and we've got the kitty cat. So what animal can be picked for the bottom lane?
What are we playing here as hype? You can't go Ziggs anymore. Like, I really...
No, absolutely
There's no shot. So what do you go? Because everything else that's good runs into the Jarvan problem.
Do you know Teddy has played the most Sivir in a single game out of any other player on the planet?
Yes, I am aware. I also noted Umpty killed Faker like 90 minutes in.
Did he really? What was he playing?
Kha'Zix.
It was Kha'Zix, wasn't it? It was, and it was into the Kassadin, and it was a very cool moment because it was the very end of the game. Anyway, we have now the
He's gonna
last
slam like Ashe or something and just be unhappy.
or just say
Kai'Sa, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no! So like they weren't listening when you were talking. I guess they were listening when you were talking about the Lee and the Zed, and so then they banned that away.
Well, it's like
so
what? But it makes sense because like what?
Yeah. No. What else are you gonna play?
Are you gonna play like Olaf? That's not a champion. Tarzan showed us that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, I think Neferi's kind of rough. I'm sure there's stuff that we can think of if you just sit there and aren't casting. One or two obvious AD junglers that maybe we're not... Like Talon?
Talon's kind of fun.
I don't hate Talon, actually. Owner would have picked Talon.
Oh no. Well, Cuz would have picked Viego.
Okay, but that's bad. Viego is actually bad, though. I feel like Talon actually... In this spot, that's like, I could see it.
Yep.
Talon Ziggs, I think you feel better. I'm worried for bro.
It depends how much they can play around topside. I think that this all comes down to how much Morgan can just crush this lane with Croco's help.
Does Croco have his card? We don't know this, actually. Because right now, I don't think anyone besides Kenyon has the card.
Yeah, Peanut had it for a little bit, but he lost it.
He definitely he does. He's no longer in possession.
Yeah, he kind of forgot to re-up the license and lost it, unfortunately.
Lucid had it once upon a time. That was nice.
Well, you've got a pretty comfy looking draft here out of DRX moving into this game number 3. And the bros are experimenting. There's certainly going to be some laning prowess that they might be able to find. See how it does go. Let's dive into the Rift. All right. Do really like the vibe in here today. Both sides of Lol Park erupting as these fan chants ring through, and it is late, right? It's like almost 10:15. It's getting to the point where it's like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to take a cab because we're not gonna have the train to get home. And the energy in this room is still electrifying. There is a problem though, because I was talking about it, and we've got horse, snake, cat, crocodile,
and lady,
and Kai'Sa.
Well, Rel's also a girl, right? So I know she is metal horse pants, but she's not. It's not actually a horse, though.
I know, but you can get with. I mean, Azir is also
horse
not a pigeon.
Isn't okay,
but Azir is a
pigeon.
pigeon.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but doesn't Kai'Sa, isn't it like a Venom situation? Isn't the thing alive?
Oh yeah, but it's not really. It's like
it's a void creature, but it is alive.
We were in a bit of like a farmyard type vibe, or at least a zoo.
Yeah, what would you have picked though?
Cogmore, because then you can be Pugmore,
oh,
and then you're a doggo.
Well, Corki was banned because it was fearless, right?
What about 80 carry Nasus? Because then you could have a doggo. 80 carry Renekton? Sorry, not Renekton. Rengar?
You were losing me, Atlas.
These are just the animals that you could have picked.
No.
It would have been double cat if it's
Well, Xayah was another, but Xayah was banned.
Yeah, they had to ban that. Well, crash down here towards the bottom side as Polo does find a nice little stun on Andal, who finds nothing with the grand entrance. So it's decent, but Teddy is still full health, and he's just bouncing these Beyblades all over the lane. And the bros realize they're going to need a few more bandages here in this bottom lane.
Also, hype going for Ghost, not going for
and
using more defensive. They use it, yeah. They got a good amount of damage down, but unless they get damage down on Teddy as well, it's a bit rough. I do think that early on Kai'Sa has way more damage thanks to her passive and her Q than Sivir does. Lethal tempo as well here for Hype. Now this mid lane matchup, Closer, known as a very mechanically minded mid lane. There's a reason, right? If you make your name on champions like Aurelia and Akali,
Yeah.
those are really mechanic champions first and foremost. As Ondil?
Yeah.
If that passive gets procced, he would have been in a bit of a rough spot, but I guess he's fine.
And the thing is, like, Andal just makes himself a target, and then while they're busy trying to kill him, Teddy is just hitting them with buttons. Boomerang Blade comes down. He's just walking at them. He's just walking at them. Croco is here, looking for a bit of an angle. But remember, I mean, Sponge is Jarvan, probably one of the best early ganking junglers in the game. So they have to be so incredibly careful. Croco just going to look for the crab. And Hype needs to be really careful. These little pizzas are really getting scary. I know that's not the skin he's using. In fact, Teddy using a very weird skin. It's like pack Sivir, or like you just don't pick a skin.
They know about this gang, by the way, so I think it's a good call from Croco to dip. Not run the risk, would have been a time waste if he did. Yeah, yep. I'm not sure. I do know that I did see Croco go for the best Nidalee skin, which is nice.
Is it the Canyon skin?
It's the Canyon skin.
Yeah.
And there's also Renekton with Renektoy, which is also the best.
Oh yeah, Morgan always to be trusted to use the best Renekton skin every single time.
Thank you. Oh, look at that.
Glorious. Looking good, as per usual. Well, Croco is just going to wrap around, get some traps in, and then wait for his camps. Just suffering from success a little bit when it comes to clearing things out a little bit too quickly. Not going to be going overly aggressive or anything like that, looking for counter jungling at this stage of the game. So the pathing a little measured, a little game 3 here.
Oh, this is a long one, Atlas.
Oh yeah.
We are not going anytime soon. Don't you worry. That means our viewers are secured. Guaranteed, some might say.
Cannon was just missed there.
Oh, I didn't want to talk about it. But guaranteed pure entertainment for at least the next 30 minutes.
Yep, and that is a huge advantage that Teddy now has in this lane. You can see he's behind in farm, but ahead in gold. The power of the cannon. Deary me.
On the other end, it's cold season for Hype.
All right, so just saying we don't really mind what happens in the lane.
This is also one of the games where I think DRX feel better about their scaling, but it's not like Bros is bad, you know? Like between the Kai'Sa and the Kai'Sa Rel and Cassio.
Yep.
You're always going to have good threats. Their front to back is a lot clunkier though than DRX. I think DRX comp is a lot more straightforward to play out.
I do think that, yeah, if Bro mess up the initial salvo, right, they can't get on top of Teddy. Teddy just kills everyone, I think. They just don't have the range to deal with Sivir.
Well, yeah, but I do think the Kai'Sa to me in late game is just so insanely strong if you can just get on top of the enemy. Because your burst is just kind of out there. But as you say, they do need to actually be cleaning their setups, which Bro have been sometimes.
I think they know they can do it. Sometimes they decide not to do it.
Oh, it's all up. It's all choice.
Yeah, well,
I believe in the Bro whenever they lose, it's just their choice.
They get the statement back, like how much tax is actually being accrued. If there's not enough, then, you know, let's just run it down. If there is enough, they perfectly set up, they find the angles, they fight back from any deficit, and they bring us to a 3-game series. Paulo finds a Shattering Strike onto Teddy's Spell Shield. Will just now vacate the area. Got a bit of a back coming on through there as the Void Seeker does find that one melee minion. And the Ghost back off cooldown, the heal the same thing. Everything equalized, but it is just a bit of a potential lane swap angle. Never mind, just going for a reset. So not going to be swapping these lanes at this point in time.
It's Bro and Brew. It's game 3, Atlas.
We do be brewing. That is the case. Morgan up here on this top side, though, alone for now. Rich is just passing by. Didn't actually use teleport, neither did Morgan, as he went back and got some steel caps. And yeah, we are just very calmly ping-ponging the waves back and forth.
You want to hear my smoothie story from?
Please tell me the smoothie story.
So it was me and Mr. Daniel Dracos, and it was I think it was the day of finals.
That was the day you kind of looked like a vampire, right?
So what I was going for was Florence Pugh in Thunderbolts, but instead I looked like evil Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3.
It definitely did give off those vibes.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. I always enjoyed doing that type of stuff. Just you know,
Keep it interesting.
why not, right? Might as well. We're on camera. Fun to play around with it a little bit. I didn't think it looked particularly. Again, skill issue on my end. Makeup did a wonderful job. But on that day, we got there was this place called, I forgot what the name was, but it was basically like, you know, like a healthy food store, and they did smoothies.
Yeah.
And I got a really nice smoothie. And up until that point, I only got like the bowls, you know, like an acai bowl with just a lot of fruit.
Yeah, those
stuff. I'm holding off a little bit to see if we get action. I don't think we'll get action. I think we're very much brewing, and it looks like we're solid.
Yeah, Teddy actually didn't get the memo that we're not doing this.
No, he does. He does. It's fine.
No, he just sat there for a while longer than necessarily
he
needed
didn't need to. Yeah, not at all. Apollo to be Sabot.
Yep.
So I got my smoothie, but up until that point, I only got the balls. Dracos kept saying, "Mom, I'm telling you, these smoothies are amazing. You know, in there you could like slam extra fiber in there, extra protein. It's just a lot of. I think I got a mango one towards the end.
That's pretty cool.
It was wonderful. So I'm trying to drink my smoothie, and I'm like, man, this is really good. And then at some point, like the straw stops working. I'm like, what's happening? Why am I not getting my smoothie? And I asked Dracos, he's like, no, I've never had this issue. Like, maybe blow on it a little bit. So I try to blow just a little bit on the straw.
Oh, God.
And I don't know if you guess what happened next.
How much of it went all over your face and how much went all over your front?
So I actually, thanks to my cat... Oh!
Never mind, bit of a dive here towards the bottom side, and that is just a dead Sante.
It's Rich. Hands up in frustration.
And I don't know, yeah, it's...
So that's how I felt, actually, right there. Because my entire face and my shoes, I actually didn't get on my shirt, were covered in smoothie.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a mess.
It was the perfect time to get to the end of the story, right as Rich got smoothie all over his face as well.
I know.
Under the bottom lane out of turret. We're going to have a look at it one more time.
It makes sense that you'd feel safe because you're Cassante. But you just don't...
Look at these minions, man.
Yeah, so the combination of the minions and also... Why are you are on the weak side, my friend. Just sit there. The wave was coming for you. That was why the hands were up. That was an unforced error.
Yeah, and it's also one of these times as well where you're against a Renekton. I think you're feeling the pressure as well to not let him get a big lead in the early game.
And you did that?
I guess you don't really have to care that much, right?
But he did.
Yeah. Now he's 40
good.
CS down.
Yeah, because he just died and lost like 2 waves.
And also, Morgan doesn't seem to have been put that far behind by the lane swap either. He was in a 1v2 scenario for quite some time.
So the only win for DRX is that Apollo got the kill. That's it.
Yep. Well, that's positive. Still going to be getting to that redemption a little bit earlier, if that's what he does decide to go for.
I did finish the rest of the smoothie, by the way, and it was really nice.
I mean, mango smoothies are just good.
Yeah. But it was gruesome. It wasn't great.
Tell you what really made my life better? Discovering avocado smoothies.
Oh yeah, you've told me about this.
Avocado smoothies is just the best place.
Yeah, my wife always tries to sell me on avocado juice, which I think is just an avocado smoothie.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like strawberry juice. And isn't that just a smushed strawberry?
No, I think they're a lot more juicy than avocados, but I think it's the same, right?
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird situation.
You Australians do love avocados, I have been told.
We are, I mean, avocado toast. That's why no one owns a house. Spend all of our money on avocado toast.
Yes.
It's absolutely true.
Certainly.
It's Rich and Morgan facing off. Rich actually still holding his own, as we can see. Trying to pull things back. Does have the Bramble Vest, at least. But I think Morgan just pretty happy with how this game has gone. Haven't seen too much of the Croco-Morgan combo. But still relatively early days, I guess. Although 12 minutes, probably about the time where you will have wanted to have your Crocodile and Cat Lady in a somewhat relative vicinity.
Wait, he's going AD?
Wait, what? Okay.
Oh, maybe. Well, actually, it might be like the Shyvana build where you go Shojin into Liandry's.
That's kind of fun.
I kind of like that.
Let's see how it's going to work here for Croco as in goes Sponge. Magnus Storm to try and turn this, though, as Petrifying Gaze doesn't quite get the stuns, and down goes Polu. The spears are sort of flying all wayward, and Closer is just dead. DRX, they answer back beautifully here, but don't quite know what the plan was there by the bros.
I am uncertain what the plan was there. As you're saying, Atlas, I feel like they blew everything into... Oh.
Well, Type is possibly also dead. Grand Entrance going to connect this time, but he makes it underneath the turret, utilizing the flash.
Oh, that's big. If he dies as well, it would have been a complete disaster. Now it's still not great, but there's
a bit of a disaster.
Yeah. Well, can you have a mild disaster? I feel like then it's just like an inconvenience, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But it is a big inconvenience. Like, we're right on the verge between mild disaster, because why are we all-inning? We don't need to all-in onto Sponge here.
Maybe they thought they'd find a Killer Instinct
Especially close
to get hype in there.
You can't do that.
Well, if in doubt, kill Rich seems to be the plan here, as there is the Croco and Morgan show that we were asking for, and that's a 1.5k gold lead for Morgan's Crocodile, guys. And look, there are leads on Renekton's we've seen in the past. This is not any regular lead. This is a guy who has an emote in the game of this champion. And we'll see what he's going to be able to do. Black Cleaver is now completed as Rich went all out, but then he was all out of options or something.
I don't even know if he wins the 1v1 is the worst part. Oh, Rich, we've seen this before. This man has had really good performances marred by sometimes kind of giving into the tilt.
Yeah.
And now that first kill, it's not good, but I think you can come back from that. The second one is, I think, a lot more costly.
Well, we might be seeing the third one, although the Nidalee is a little bit far away, and there's a Rakan coming down to offer some assistance. Yeah, who up here towards the top side?
His Closer, he is going to be really big in like 15 minutes, because it looks like he's going for Archangels next.
Yeah, he's doing the Ryze build. He's up against Ryze, just copy the build. You also really like having a bunch of extra mana on Cassiopeia, I guess.
I agree, but I do also think you're not going to be doing any damage.
No.
And Ryze has utility, and you do not. Well, if you're old, but like, how often do we actually see that as utility? Well, it looks like Croco is actually going the...
You have the Miasma. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine, but I don't think it warrants the champion. They're going to contest!
Oh, let's see whether they can actually find the angle, as the spear is just avoided here by DRX. Teleport back in from Closer, though, as he's looking for the angle. Croco needs to land some of these, but he's not really hitting them, and there goes the Drake. Void Seeker going to connect onto Rich, and it's going to be a Hextech Soul this game as well. That's massive. Walking down to 50% here as Yehu does spot out where the Renekton is.
1-1 in Drakes, 2-2 in kills. That's how I like my Ryze group matches, Atlas.
Oh yeah. Legend group could never. All right. Spear doesn't find anything. Void Seeker doesn't find anything. The Rift Herald is just going to be secured here by DRX. Bros still retain a 2,000 gold lead off the back end of this. It's kind of crazy that they're able to get that far ahead. Of course, most of it is on the Crocodile. And it's largely because they've just taken more farm. As you can see, mid lane pretty even, 80 carry pretty even. There's a catastrophically massive gap between Rich and Morgan right now.
Shh, if we don't talk about it too much, it's not real.
Oh, but it is.
No, it is.
And I've talked about it a lot.
You do love talking about Morgan.
I just tend to talk.
Well,
and actually mainly about Morgan.
I was about to say. All goes back to 2021, Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
The Morgan Camille.
I still have all of the trading cards. Every single Morgan trading card.
Oh, you know I'm sitting on an empty card.
Oh, heck
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've got my, I've got an effort card as well. I think I have like 9 of them. Looking forward to it.
I also have Pace, which obviously I'm very happy about.
Yeah, that's a goodie.
Bunch of Zeus cards. It's nice.
I got a Faker. I don't know whether it was like a holographic Faker.
Like the foil?
Yeah. I got a couple of foils. I just can't remember. I only know that I got all of them.
I definitely got Pace in foil. That was awesome.
All right, bit of a grand entrance here from Andil, but it's Polu that decides to go back in with the crash now. Cataclysm going to come on through. And Croco just pounces his way out. They do get the exhaust, so there's that. But Polu can replace that one pretty quickly and does so immediately, in fact.
as we don't have an objective right now, so these ults being thrown out, not super consequential. They are kind of starving Sponge out of resources though, which I do like.
Yep.
In mid lane.
Morgan and Rich fighting one another. There is the Black Cleaver first, completed here by Morgan, but Thornmail still working out here for Rich.
I like the Black Cleaver first though. And you can actually trade against the Cassante and not go for too many autos, so it's not one of those situations. Like if you just use E and Q, right, for the trades,
yep,
you won't be taking the healing reduction until you actually auto, so you can kind of trade around that.
Well, Hype here just trying to catch these waves when they approach. Level 11s for both of our AD carries, never mind. Level 12 for Teddy, who's doing a great job just continuing to be Sivir, right? Wants to be getting to 3 items as soon as possible.
Oh, he knows. He is the Sivir guy.
He is.
We have often talked about.
May have used it.
You do. Yeah.
But it's going to be a little while. Isn't going to go for Infinity Edge second or anything like that. You can kind of do that and get away with it, but do want some attack speed in the build.
Especially in this game.
Oh, yeah.
So how many people in chat do you think are making the Cassiopeia no boots joke?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Let's check.
There's always one.
I can't see
If not, Twitch chat, you're letting us down. You know, you have one job. Well, you don't. You
There's just a bunch of people standing up for Rich and what he's trying to achieve. I appreciate that.
He is a good dude, by all accounts.
All right, well, Croco are going to be taking this crab, and the bros retaining control of the map.
They are slowly getting further and further ahead. Most of that gold is just on the Crocodile, but let's not kid ourselves. A very fed Renekton with Otacon and the next Drake coming up is a pretty big deal. As Paulo
gets the blue.
So going for Zeke's, haven't seen that in a while.
That's an odd move.
2 items done for Teddy now. Not quite there yet for Hype, but he is probably going to look to get that on his... Because did cash out the call on the next wave, maybe? But he needs the base, because he needs to get a second item before this Drake contest comes through.
He does have a few moments in order to do it, so if he does go back now...
Yeah, there's the Hex Gates, actually. He should be fine. Does he have the money, though?
Well, that's the main thing. Needs a Crit Cloak and to complete the recipe, so maybe not. He did buy relatively recently.
I guess
the gap
not.
there is
Ooh,
Croco.
That's big. Paulo TPing in.
He does have his Merc Treads now complete. Remember, the next kill, that's what secures feats of strength as well. Any sort of pick is going to be even more meaningful for either team, as it's going to be upgrading their shoes. Closer's shoes not going to be upgraded, but Cassiopeia still gets a bit upgraded. It's okay.
Teddy is so big. I think with the 2-item spike on the AD carry. Oh.
Sometimes you just want to press R.
Yeah, I think he was trying to predict Sponge's EQ, and then he just didn't.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. Well, Closer's going to stand his ground here. Miasma does go down as Andil. Not going to be dashing off that one, but he still takes a lot of damage. Croco getting out of there because he does the same thing. Primal Surge might be able to keep him around, though. The sustain here for the bros is going to be a little bit better.
Both top laners are backing, looking to TP in. This could be the fight that decides the game.
Yep, Morgan, very scary on this Crocodile, as we know, but it looks like Bro might be giving this up. Let's see how this one's going to go. The DRX comes in, and Morgan with the rest of his team, and he's just walking forward. He's like, guys, I am huge, and I will be able to take these guys down. Sponge gets out of the pit. Croco gets in. There's the Magnet Storm, and they've caught 2 out of position. Down goes the Rise. Yeah, who didn't get the memo that they were backing away, and they secure the Dragon. The Bros are looking to try and do it again. That's feats of warfare as well, locked down, and they get the second Drake for themselves.
Might not just be that. They might be looking for Otacon as well.
Is this a bridge too far? The answer is probably not, because there's no Rise for another 20 seconds.
There's no Teddy. He's walking way over from mid lane. I don't think they have the damage.
Yeah, he doesn't have On the Hunt available.
Right, Sponge.
As there's a little knockback onto Morgan. They're going to look for the turn angle. Cataclysm onto Closer, who's standing his ground. Teddy gets stunned up, but he's doing a pretty good job standing his ground. There's the dash around from the Cassante, but he just doesn't have any money. Oh God, Sponge! Highway robbery as Polu comes on over, but he's not able to stop him. Teddy will go down as the slices and dices come in, but Otacon is such a big prize, and Yehu, he's going to turn back up. The triple knock up from Sponge. They take down the Kai'Sa, and it's DRX that are able to get it done. Morgan will go down, and I have a feeling that that emote is going to be necessary. The shaky hands for the Renekton out of frustration here for the Bros, unless they can get some sort of psycho turn. I don't know about that one, as out goes Croco, and he's not even able to get his Raptors, I don't think. Man, it was so good when they took the Dragon, and that was when we needed to cut the video.
I'm a bit perplexed. I'm a bit at a loss for words there, Atlas, because that game should have been donezo. And I want to highlight what happens here is, bro, I think kind of get lost in the sauce, because what happens is we have a complete turn. If they just help closer, they win the fight.
Yeah.
If they just kill Rich immediately, they win the fight. But the fact that DRX get to keep the leash, get the TP in, get the Otacon, as well as the fight win, might end up deciding the game. Now, I want to make it very clear, this game is not done. This was big for DRX, but they were losing. Gold lead, I think, is still about 1.5K for Bro.
Yeah, something like that. But Otacon is a lot, right? Otacon is actually incredibly high value.
Basically, it's even, is what we're saying.
Polu
died.
Polu died again. Okay.
Not ideal.
Croco is making rifts. He's looking to make another Summoner's Rift.
Yehu
give it
got
another try.
kill.
Yeah, he's 5-1.
Yup.
That's a... Wow.
It's a big rise.
Yeah, I just don't quite remember when that happened.
Oh, he's been involved with 6 out of the 7 kills.
Yeah, he's having a great game.
Polu.
Oh dear. Just
very straightforward.
was caught in a place on the map that he wasn't allowed to be.
Just trying to clear vision as Morgan might have to take matters into his own hands. Can he get the plasma stack for Hype?
Now he's going to try as Rich goes all out, and then he's all out of options, unfortunately. And Hype comes on over. That is going to be another one picked up. He now has his Infinity Edge done, so this Kai'Sa now able to fight on a little bit more even footing. Teddy is going to make it a little bit uneven after he finishes his Infinity Edge, but it's taking a little while. And it's even a slight gold advantage here for Hype as well.
Actually, we're Riftmaker did Croco,
yeah.
So kind of cool.
It's a build. He's building some items, making some stuff happen. Curious as to what's happening next as far as that build is concerned. Maybe it is just going to be Leandri's coming in afterwards, just pretend to be Rumble after this. Might be kind of the way to do it.
At this point, just go Redemption, bro. Just embrace the Redemption Olaf energy.
Honestly,
you're going for, like, I'm not even joking. Like, Redemption into the DRX comp actually goes really hard.
Or just Rabadon so that your Primal Surge just does so much more healing.
Yeah, but it's not team-wide, right?
No, it's not.
It's nice.
But maybe you don't need your team to live, you just need Morgan.
Well, I would say you just need Hype, actually. But I do like your Morgan propaganda.
No, I'm committed.
You are. So, the game is basically even, especially taking into account Otacon. But we're up a Dragon. I think DRX have a slight scaling advantage, but that does really fall apart if, like, Teddy is ever out of position, right? Because then...
Ignore that -1 because it was Morgan, so it doesn't count. He didn't need that money.
Atlas, are you familiar with the term biased cost?
Yes.
Yes. Are you sure?
Yeah. I know, because I'm biased towards Morgan.
Okay.
Right.
Just making sure. Yeah. Well, that was.
I think it's different when you're biased towards a player rather than a team.
Well, it's also, again, I've said this many times, but we're never called out for actual biases.
I think
they're
you're also
so easy.
I think you're also allowed like 2, right?
So in your case, it's Beryl and Morgan.
Yeah.
And Deft, but Deft is, you know, retired, right?
Yeah. He's in military at the moment.
What are mine? Lucid?
Croco. Oh, I guess you did sort of forfeit your time. Oh, Flag and Drag into the Realm Warp. That's pretty cute. As DRX is just going to look for a little bit of a Baron steal.
I think it's gone.
I think the Bros know that this is happening, but can they actually do anything about it? That's
I think
the
they're
question.
too late.
Yeah. Probably going to get held out of the pit here as Andor just buying space, and the spear is not going to land. DRX highway robbery. They'll be able to steal away the purple buff.
That's the rise value.
There it is.
Right there.
And that's why you can't give up vision control around that area, even for a moment.
Well, they knew, right? And I actually think Croco could have made it. Just didn't have the time. They're going to get Soul Point, but Soul Point for Nash, that's not worth it. It was Soul, no-brainer. Now they got to hold on tight and pray that they get the opportunity to get themselves to the Hextech Soul somehow.
It's going to be the big one. Sponge and Yehu getting to work on this inner turret. That is going to extend the gold lead here for DRX. As they move to about, 3K Rebel Baron power play here. And Croco possibly caught out of position unless it's a cunning ruse. Rich making his way over. Hype, we know that he's in danger. Does he know? That's the real question, as there's Yehu flashing on top. The flash out immediately there from Hype as well. Shattering Strike, not something that Rich really cares about. As DRX keep all these Barons alive, look for a bit of a reset.
I know what the other one was. It was Pace.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Easy. Well, Yehu has a cool hat.
I actually have a lot, now that I think about it.
Yeah, there's a few. And I'm sure it's not just Morgan and Beryl for me as well.
As Yehu, as you highlight, picks up the Rabadons, was already a complete menace, machine gunning down everyone in his sight. Morgan should be finishing his third item.
This is a huge swing, though. The gold was
it is
pretty firmly in Bro's favor.
That said, Bro can actually just sit and not do anything for the next, 8.5 minutes. They can, right? Because they're sitting at soul point. DRX is nowhere near. The real issue, again, is what do you actually scale towards? And it really is just Cassio and Hype.
It's a bit cute. On the Hunt does come down. That's a good charm on a closer, but they don't really get any real damage. On the Hunt, now on cooldown. In fact, both bottom laners using their buttons.
50 piece.
Oh, God, okay. Both top laners going to join the backside of this fight as Morgan, he wants out. He's got sliced into his dice, and he's just getting out of the way. Man, I thought that was going to be so much more exciting and cool than it was. It's okay. It's a tense situation here.
There is no objective. These teams are just... Well, obviously DRX trying to get value out of the Rebel Baron power play, which was fine. Sponge?
Yeah, doesn't quite find the flag and drag there as Croco is able to pounce his way out. Yeah, who is so scary, though. And they do back out of the way of this rise. Even the ricochets, man. Oh, Teddy is really starting to hurt. And late game is where this man thrives.
You can see the nerves. They know how important. This match is really big deal. Want to highlight, again, bottom two are out. DNF, they're not technically locked yet, but they are in, obviously, a very deep hole right now.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to be one of these two teams in 9th place.
Yeah.
It's them or BNK, most likely. So getting a direct win over your opponents is a really big deal. And for Breon, really, a lot of their wins, funnily enough, came against teams on the other side.
Group. Exactly.
Legend group, not against their direct compatriots. Here in the Rise group, for DRX, what a big win it would be. Means that they equalized the score.
This is kind of crazy, though, because the Baron is now worn off. Yes, they eliminated all the inner turrets. They got themselves a decent gold lead, but it's only decent. It's only 3K.
Yup.
We have another fight that's going to happen in a minute and a half, approximately, on this Hextech Dragon. And it's going to lead directly into a Baron immediately afterwards. Depends how much milling about we're going to do to see whether both of these objectives are up at the same time or not. But man, this has gotten very tense, very, very close. When it did feel at different, separate moments, each team would run away with it. Felt like that Baron play was a huge backbreaker. But it turns out, Bro were able to weather the storm. They didn't throw away any more.
The main thing is the map control, because once you have that Baron, keeping map control is a lot easier, as we can see here.
Yeah.
Right, Bro still hasn't really been able to fully retake.
There's also this Rise problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been a problem the entire game, right? Like, the lead is getting kind of ridiculous. But what I want to really highlight is that because of this, I think Bro just gives this next Drake. I actually don't think you can test, because I think that if you don't, you're going to be able to get to a 4th item on Hype, to a 4th item on Closer, and those are big breakpoints.
Yeah.
Like getting Void Staff, I think, is a big deal. Obviously, for your Renekton, for your Nidalee, it doesn't feel that great. But if you lose the game, or if you flip the game here, and you don't get the Dragon, might just be the end of it. And for Bro, I think the target selection is a lot harder. They need to somehow find a flank with Morgan. If he can't get into the enemy backline, I don't think he can win the fight.
And it's so frustrating as well, because
look at Teddy.
You need to kill both Yehu and Teddy immediately, at the very beginning of the fight. Spell Shield gonna get popped here. But the Bros, they are looking for it. They want to fight for this 5 seconds, and Croco getting dove on here by Andal. The Dragon has now spawned. Oh, goodness. Are we flipping for Hextech Soul?
Oh yeah, bro, 1-2, for sure.
Well, they're going to start this one up. Oh my goodness, it's taking so much damage. Morgan is just going to be Hexgating over. Rich will follow him. The quickness gets into the backline, but where is the follow-up as Morgan flashes over? And Rich uses it as a way to taxi his way forward. They take down the Jarvan. The killer instinct, oh no! He didn't really want to do that, but fortunately they did have a crocodile, but it may not be enough. Closer is still alive. Yehu is so big, and in goes Croco. And I just don't think he'll have any sort of assistance here, and Yehu has to do it alone. He has to be the hero, but he's on the miasma, and he's taken by Croco, and they have the Hextech Soul. I didn't even see the Dragon go down. This is absolute cinema, and I love it.
Mayhem, Atlas! I don't even know what happened. We're gonna try and do our best.
Look at Morgan, man. He's like, I've been rune prisoned. Teddy doesn't have spell shield.
Morgan
He did
actually
have
takes care of two
spell shield.
people. Croco is just ensuring they get the smite. Gets it at 11-11. And even if this fight doesn't go their way, just that, I think, was enough, as long as they don't decisively lose it, to be a win. Right? Because Hextech Soul, I think, is the most broken sword in the game.
Yeah.
But then here, the heal value is actually crazy. Therefore, Croco...
Yeah, like, Closer had a pocket healer. It was like watching, like, WoW Arena. You know, and they just didn't kill the Resto Shaman.
He was wobbing and weaving, he was getting that line of sight.
And in the meantime, Sponge is just dead! Okay, welcome back to live, ladies and gentlemen. The jungler is now down, and the bros... Oh, there must have been an influx. It must have been you guys yet again. The purple in the chat has now transferred into the game. And is now a buff surrounding the bros as they march towards DRX.
Pay to win in my LCK.
Oh, absolutely, and we love to see it. Capitalism, baby. As all right, the bros now just diving. They know they can see it, and they've got Hextech Soul, man. It is so disgusting. Down goes everything. Hype is collecting a triple kill, and Teddy turns up. Just like Donald Glover with the pizza, it's a quadra under the inhibitor turret. Inhibitor to follow here, and the bros, they are done with this. They want to go home. It's about 11 p.m. And yeah, out of the death chamber and straight back in there once again. Could have potentially been a pentakill there for Hype, but instead it's Croco that locks it down, and the pros do it again. Back-to-back reverse sweeps here in their first week of this round. They're looking good.
A lot of excitement, a lot of hype. Performances from Hype as well on this Kai'Sa. Not the easiest pick to execute.
Nope.
But I'm looking at that mid-jungle duo again. I'm looking at, in the previous game, it was for me mostly Closer on that Ahri. In this game, I think Croco actually made the Nidalee work. I think he keeps his pass. There was a crocodile.
I think it was a weird Nidalee
off.
game as well.
It was, yeah.
There wasn't a lot of spears landing,
No.
but the way that he got around team fights, especially later in the game, he was useful. And that's not something a lot of Nidalees can say.
And then, as highlighted, Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
Flawless performance here on the Renekton. I think he did have a bit of more of an up and down in the series as a whole.
I think his Scion was also robbed of a victory there in that game.
I don't think his. I think his Scion.
It was pretty. It was pretty perfect. It was pretty flawless.
It was not great. His Scion wasn't.
He got a lot of value out of the zombie. Not a lot of people get a lot of value out of the zombie.
He didn't hit it all, Atlas. It was rough.
He did hit one 4-man ult after everyone else on his team was dead. How dare you?
He also he did the one where he went into the turret and his charge explosion got him.
Yeah, so the entertainment value is extraordinarily high out of his Scion. Let's just say that.
And on the flip side, a bit of a heartbreaker for DRX. They got very close. Yehu actually having a monstrous performance on the rise.
Oh, yeah.
But the team fighting wasn't quite there. And I think when you look at team fighting, it has to be the Jarvan, it has to be the Cassante, and it has to be the Rakan, right? And those three need to work in cohesion. And I think early on we saw it, but as the game progressed, we kind of lost that.
And the thing that's really hard as well is that it was a bit of a top gap situation, right?
A bit.
And
0-6.
This is also, and I want to step away from my, overblown Morgan fandom. He is not the best top laner in the league.
Well, that crocodile.
he is on his Croc. His Aatrox also had a pretty game-winning flank towards the end of that second game as well. But, I mean, Rich just got absolutely bodied in this game.
He did. We'll see. I think POM, I think anyone on the top side really makes sense. I think Morgan, given his, as you highlight, I think particularly his Renekton performance, but even the flank on the Aatrox was nice. Closer is a no-brainer. I think this game he really struggled, but I think in the other two games he was really good. And then Kroko, for me, consistently over the series, I think just did a great job with his early impact. And a weird,
I
but
still have no
cool
idea
move.
what happened there with Sponge when he
I
sort of went
assume-
in and died. Maybe he thought they were on the Baron.
Yeah, of course. They didn't have vision, right? So he needs to check for Baron. So he just, at that point, the game is lost. So it doesn't really, they lost Hextech Soul.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of over already.
Man, what an incredible journey we went on tonight, though, in this series. Even in our first series, right? Gen G losing their first series after 27 in a row. And then we got this. The Bros showing that they have more tenacity than someone that built Merc Treads and got feats and strength. And got Sterix and all sorts, like got Zephyr from a patch long ago.
Look at the vibes.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful. Look at that. The Bro Cliff. They showed them the island, and then they threw them off, and they drowned in the ocean.
That's a trench right there, Atlas.
Yeah, it really is. Really is. You got to be careful of tsunamis with a trench like that.
Yeah, this final game at closer, not the best Cassiopeia performance.
I don't think POM was a tick in the mid box.
No, I did not go for that.
This one, pretty intelligent. 3-0-11 actually on the Nidalee towards the end. I think that the Vi target selection saved them the game in game number 2.
Well, you come on, Atlas. We talked about, but you know why he went for.
It was Morgan, right?
It was Kroko.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, you almost got me there. I thought maybe you'd done the right vote, but I had to be serious that, you know, Kroko's he's a good player, but it's just no Morgan. And I think that Morgan's flanks on the
Isn't it nice
and
that in the past when we casted, we would have to have these players on opposite sides, and now we just both get to enjoy?
I know, it's pretty good. It's like, it's kind of just like Sandbox and Bro got smushed together, which, as our known Bro anti here at the LCK, is really difficult. So now, with the fact that Dagon skipped a Bro Day to go and support, you know, to go to the T1 like home ground.
Don't put that pressure on me.
So now, like, we need someone to be the Bro fan because Dagon's gone.
It's not me.
It's Kroko.
Well, I am still president of the Kroko fan club, and that will remain the case. Not going anywhere. But it's Kroko. It's not the Brocco fan club. Okay? Kroko. Specifically.
I think the Brocco fan club actually has a really nice ring to it.
That actually sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll consider it. I'll see what I can do.
All right.
I will raise
get a
the
petition
issue
or something.
I'll raise the issue, you know, with the board, and we'll see what we can do.
Yep, we'll raise the bro tax in the meantime. Time for us to head over to the interview with Kroko, though.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Steer for the POM interview translation, joined by Kroko on the side of OK Savings Bank Brion. Congratulations! Thank you. It's just the beginning of round 3, and you've already achieved your second win and POM in a row. So how do you feel? You know, I think we all played out really well overall. And, you know, our other teammates were saying, oh, you're getting the POM again, and they're just poking fun at me. But I think we had such a great atmosphere because we all knew that we did really well. All of us did quite well today. And today marks new history for you guys. So every time you faced DRX this year, it went to a 3-game series, which all ended up going to DRX's way. So with today being the day you shut them down, what do you think was the key to today's victory? I feel like despite us being behind, I think we just kept a really good mental fortitude and were able to communicate pretty positively within the team.
네, 맞습니다.
So that all ties back to you guys having a great team spirit and atmosphere. And in game 2, it was so important to get a pick on the enemy Lucian. And you were able to execute so well. So how are you able to make those decisions in the pinch?
엄청 약한 조합이다 보니까
You know, Lucian has to be
살짝 쳐내고
the weakest against Vi, Ahri comp. So I think our game plan was honestly, we had to strategize around just getting the pick on Lucian the entire game. And in game 3, for your Nidalee, you got a Shojin and Riftmaker as your core items. So what made you build them? Now, rather than really focusing on the items' strength, I just noticed that one of our opponents during our scrim were using these item builds and it looked really good. So I just tried copying it. But honestly, today it didn't seem too good. So I think I might have to put it away for a bit until I see a better angle next time. And game 3 was so close that it was impossible to predict who would win. So what do you think was the game deciding moment? Honestly, the Soul Dragon fight. And probably our team fighting at the very end, I think that had the most influence on ending the game. And I feel like overall, even if we start out behind, we're able to stay solid and fight out towards the end until the end to close it out our way. And Kroko, of course, there is a famous line from you, which is the jungle role is all about sharp decision making and intense mind games. So did you have any moment that stood out for you today? I think for the Vi game, I think I was able to dodge and juke the enemy skill shots and go in at the right time to get a pick during those team fights. So I think that's what really stands out in terms of outplaying my opponent today. Now that you start out round 3 strong, what goals does OK Savings make for you on half? I think we really want to focus on improving our performance and obviously our results and outcome and improve our standings. And I think that's just the best that we can do from our position. And that makes your next match against BNK FureX so important. So what would you like to say about those? You know, I think we have a really good feeling. We had always been losing against DRX and BNK FureX, so I think this is the moment that we can actually turn it all around and create a good momentum. And that's the end of the interview with Kroko, and back to the space. Thank you.